Okay, we should be seen. Spotify should be heard. Echo is here. Batman is here. Yes, Batman, I want to make sure you're aware of there was a Deb that reached out and asked me to just stream their game. It's not quite Dusty friendly, as we like to call things, so we're only going to stream it for an hour. That way I don't have to worry about pain, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So, but we're gonna do that Wednesday. It's a one-off because it's a solo game, and we all know I like to play with my toe screw. But they asked nicely, so I don't want you to lose your streak because I streamed on the Wednesday.
Third place.
So that way you're aware, just like everybody else here. This week there are 7 streams. The 7th is on the Wednesday, which is going to be weird. So I am streaming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. 7 streams. Yeah, I know that's not 7 days. It's a little crazy. Hello, Cal. And there's TJ. I'm not going to sleep on my canvas. I said just kidding right after I said that. Right now I'm looking at it trying to decide which painting, which bird I'm doing, because I'm second guessing what I was going to do. Second guessing bad.
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing this whole second guessing thing. You were very confident when we spoke about it earlier.
Okay. Stop second guessing. We're gonna do this. We're all a little loony today. Okay. We got this. I don't got this, Gloomy. Keep an eye out, but as long as you stream Thursday, even if someone misses Wednesday, they'll be able to save their streak. Oh, that's good to know. You had to charge the AC in the car. That likely is easy to do and not very expensive. I do my own charging of the AC. I don't go to any place for that. It's Monday for malarkey. Yes, it is. Okay. I really should start painting and stop stalling. Oh, do you guys want to hear Corey's new single? Are you guys
I
interested
thought we were
in
going to
that?
wait on that.
Well, I was going to tell people we're going to do that on the next hour, at the top of the next hour, and
Okay.
unless they want it now. It's the days you don't stream the next day that cause issues. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you have 24 hours to save your streak, but you can also watch a VOD.
That's true. And if you watch a VOD, make clips, please. I need those. I'm so happy Raven went and did that for Goose Goose Duck. She made her first clips last night. It was so kind of her. So yeah, if you miss a VOD or miss a stream, watch the VOD and clip. Only if Twitch allows it, yeah. But still, they can still watch the VODs and make clips, even if it doesn't save their streak. It's just helpful.
Good morning, Echo.
Hi, Echo. I am doing well. Oh, I was going to wear my ears today. I don't know if all you guys saw the ears I got yesterday, but I don't have the ears. They're sitting at the kitchen table. I bought ears. That sounds weird, doesn't it? But I did. I bought ears.
All the better to hear people with.
I couldn't resist it. The vendor is a vendor I've known for a long time. So we pretty much did, because I know you can have it for cost, and then if you want something on my table, you can have it for cost, that kind of deal. So I got ears. You love them? We're debating whether or not they're fox ears or bat ears because they're so big. Goose Goose Doug is really questioning me. Someone is not really wanting me to play. No, that's just random luck. If they run across you, no one's hunting you down, Cal. We've all gone through it. I went through almost 6 months where I was the first person killed. It just happens. It's not on purpose. You lost a streak to someone because Twitch said watch the VOD to save the streak. Then I clicked it and said you couldn't, and the person didn't stream the next day. I'm so sorry, Batman. If that ever happens to you, I'll do a pop-up stream, even if it's only for like 10 minutes to make sure we save your streak. I will do that for you. You just got to tell me. I need you to stream Friday. So, because I want to keep your streak. So if that ever happens where it's like, oh my God, I missed a Dusty stream and I need it the next day, just tell me. I will do a pop-up stream for just 10 minutes with you. You can even come into the VC and chat with me for it. We'll keep you. We'll help. We're there. But yeah, no, I got these glorious ears. I think they're bat ears.
This is
so.
fine.
Yeah, I did enough tests. I got the new fart, so That sounds bad. I'm talking about Goose Goose Duck, guys. But yeah, I got the new fart that made me happy. All right, so my fear on this thing is I'm going to goof it up and not have enough room for the beak because the beak's really long. So, I'm gonna pick this up. The canvas is moving for a second because I'm gonna try to plot. Okay.
Earthquake.
It's not an earthquake. I just picked up the canvas. It's over here on this side now. I'm plotting. You can watch my little finger. Look, it's like a shadow puppet. Okay, so if I do the eyeball here, and it comes across, and the beak goes here. Okay, I think I need the eyeball over a bit more. I think I need... Okay, so let's start here, I think. Because I'm nervous. This is the first time where it's a white background. I've never done this before. This is a challenge. It's a white background, but you know, we're gonna try to plot it out and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so if the eyeball, let's see, is about here, because we all know I take meticulous long time sketching it out and making sure it's exactly where it needs to be, and I would never ever just go right to canvas every time, because you know who does that? That's not how it works. You meticulously draw it out, plan where it's going, and then you start painting. At least that's what I was told by people that went to art school. You don't tell them I do this. Yes, the next Goose Goose Duck will be July 18th. I'm hoping I got the right day. I think that's right. It's a 12-hour stream anniversary for 5 years of streaming, and I'm ending it at 6 to 9 Goose Goose Duck like we always do on a Saturday. That way all the people that helped get me there 5 years are playing with me like you always do every month. You just don't get a chance to vote. So, everyone put that on your calendar. That plays Goose Goose Duck. You have no choice. There's no poll. It's that, because you know I thought that'd be the best way to do it. That way I get to end the stream with all of you guys. We'll start with story time, I think is what the plan is, and then Gloomy and I are filling in between with all kinds of fun things and fun redeems that I'm probably not going to enjoy, but you will. But yeah, because this is not something I just do on the spur of the moment. We talk about it first. Why is there 3 dots? Did Batman just get censored, Gloomy?
Let's take a look. I don't see it being censored.
So it's just three things. Can't remember if I told you that it's kind of great
Link.
news, but kind of mad news. Oh yeah,
Link.
I'm sorry, you can't put links because bad bots do that. But if there's a link that you want to show, you just give it to one of the mods and they will place it for you. Newest member of the VA 100 Club. No, that's good news. You needed to retire. You needed to retire. I'm glad that finally came through, Cal. And hopefully they'll get you all the help you need and treat you right. You served our country. It's time for you to relax and, you know, do something else. So congratulations and thank you for your service. But you know, just between Twitch links and regular links, it's dumb. Yeah, it should, Batman. It should. So, but just give it to Gloomy. You're still waiting on retirement? Oh my lord. Takes you forever to get out, doesn't it? So. Higher ups doing paperwork. Sounds like higher ups don't do paperwork. I suppose we should talk about our weekends. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I didn't really do anything exciting this weekend.
Guess then I will talk about Pride. We went to downtown Rome, New York Pride as vendors. And the weather was against us. So the first thing that happened was all our stickers flew away. We got them back. Um, so, but so we had to figure out last minute figure out a new way to do displays, and we also had to be. And it also started to rain, but then the rain cleared off, and it stayed cloudy, so it wasn't sunny. It stayed a nice cool day, not cold, but it did keep people away. But it didn't keep away the people that really wanted to be to Pride for you know themselves. It was we got to meet some of the most pure people. Got the what? I don't even. There's a clip for a paint stream. That's shocking. Okay,
That's what Batman sent.
okay. I don't know what I said. So, but it was amazing because the people that were there were buying, even though there was few, and because the table, they'd walk up to the table and there'd be no one there. I got to hear so many good stories about why they wanted what they wanted. And then the freaky thing happened. I'm talking to a guy. Well, thank you, Batman. I'm talking to a guy about, and we're talking about what piece of art would be good for Grandparents' Day coming up. He's going to mail it to his grandfather. And I hear, "Hey, I know you." And I'm like, "Oh dear. Do I go under the table now?" And I turn, and this wonderful person comes over and goes, "I watch you on Twitch. You're Dustiria." I'm like, "Well, that's what it says down here." It's like, "No, no, no, no. You do that and that yellow side thing." And it's like, "Oh my God, you do watch me." And I'm standing there like a deer in the headlight because I'm like, I don't know what to say now. I'm like, and this when Rob stepped in and goes, "You just broke Dusty. That's not, this doesn't happen. Give her a second to reboot." So he said he had to buy a piece of art that had Dustiria's signature clear on it so that he can show his friends that he met me in real life. I made his day. And Rob's like, "We need headshots of you." I'm like, "No, we don't. This happens like 4 times in 5 years. We do not need headshots of me." But it was definitely bizarre. So yeah, there's a local person that watches me. So that was neat. And then there's this lovely woman that I've been seeing her come to shows, and she always buys something, and she finally got the courage to tell me what's going on. She's decided that she loves my art enough that she's redoing her office, and one wall she wants to be nothing but Dusteria prints. So she comes to every show that I list on Facebook to buy a print. When I told her I'm running out of shows, there's only 2 left, she bought 2 prints this time because she wants to make sure she gets enough in time. And I'm like, "Really? You like my art that much?" She goes, "I love it. I just never can pick which ones." So, so that was sweet. So I've got 2 fans. I've got 2 real life fans, one for art and one for Twitch. So that was neat. I did convince the guy that's on Twitch though to start watching me on Valora so we can have real time talk. But I told him, "Have you ever talked?" "No, I lurk." I'm like, "Talk to me now. You met me. Talk to me." Go, "Hey, I'm the one that was there at Pride." But yeah, I met so many wonderful people at Pride. They had so many great stories, and because there was nobody at the table, they took the time to go, "I want this piece of art because this is what I saw when this happened," or "This is, reminds me of this person." One person went and bought every single print I had of the evolutions because their friend is not doing well. He said that they were in a facility right now because of self-harming, but they love the Eevee and the evolutions, so they're hoping this will
Mhm.
bring some cheer to that. I guess the room is very, very boring because the situation. So
Mhm.
so he's going to bring that in. I mean, it's people like that. Unfortunately, I don't have money to get more prints because I need more evolutions. I'm all sold out of the hummingbirds, you know, and I don't have any of the new ones of the peregrine falcon, which sold to a man who also saw it on the same street where I see it. So he was like, "I saw this bird," so that was pretty cool. So I don't have any prints of the peregrine falcon or what was the other new painting I did this week? Can't even remember. Oh, the robin. The robin's still for sale though. No, not robin. Bluebird.
Mm.
Bluebird.
Mm.
The bluebird's still there. Nobody wanted the bluebird. You're always hiding in the deep recesses of Rusty Penny. You're fun. Cal, you're not hiding. You talk to me. You've been talking to me for well over 20 years, so don't give me that.
I'm gonna go back into hiding.
Gloomy, you were supposed to be a voice in my head. Don't you go hiding. So Pride was fantastic. It was also bittersweet because the the store that runs Pride is going out of business at the end of the month. So this might be the end of Pride in the city. They're trying to find someone to pick up the mantle. So when we all go to Pride Prom at the end of the month, it's going to be very sad because without a place to gather, there's so many people you'll never run into again. So it was a wonderful event, but a sad event because everyone's wondering because the city doesn't seem to want to pick it up, and if we can't find a business to sponsor, Pride events are gone, and there's so many people I won't see.
TJ, I gave you jobs to do.
So,
This is not a vacation for you.
TJ's writing. TJ's writing the entire scene where they use the one character as bait and they're going to capture and interrogate to find out that the main person, the main bad guy, spoiler alert, is one of the main character's father. It's going to be interesting. It's a big heavy scene she's got to write.
I told her to make clips, so she's got 2 major jobs to do.
But yeah, making clips while she's watching is important too. That'd be amazing. Since TJ can't be here. But she's not on vacation.
No.
She got work to do. No, right now you're supposed to be making clips if we ever do anything clip worthy, which right now I don't think we are. Though Batman found something. I'm still curious about that. But yeah, no. So Pride was amazing. The only thing I picked up was that my friend the Light Alchemist, who you can follow all over the place. She's an amazing artist. She came up with this neat idea. Every year there's a community painting, and they use that everyone does at Pride, and when it's done, it hangs up in the Capitol Theater, and then they use it during an auction time to help raise funds to keep the Capitol Theater going. Right. This is a 1930s Art Deco theater, one of the few remaining. So she had this gigantic canvas that she stenciled picture frames on, and then drew outlines of different head shapes, and you were supposed to go up to it, and with all these every shade of marker thickness you could imagine was on the table, and you're supposed to pick one of those and draw who you feel inside on there, and people just loved it. And just I even went over there. I only had a minute to do mine because my table, every time I walked away, there was somebody that wanted to talk to me. So within 1 minute, I did a really goofy sketch. But yeah, so that's going to be cool. It's neat that when they get the whole community and they do every Pride, it's something different. Like one year it was everyone painted a flower. Yeah, no one wanted the bluebird. You're so hard off financially, Dusty. You'd buy it in a moment. It's okay. It's okay. If you can't save up enough to buy it, eventually I'm gonna find money to get prints again, and I can always mail you a print in the mail, because that gets mailed inside a card. So if you can't get the original, I'm gonna try to sell it at this next art show, because I have this one here. This next Friday, by the way, community night will be run by Gloomy. The Friday after that, it'll be run by Gloomy, because this Friday, I'm going to be at my first 2-day art show. I'm nervous about that one. And then the following Friday is graduation, which I kind of have to attend. When they give us the YouTube link, I'll let Gloomy show that if you guys want to watch that during community night. I don't know if you want to watch Lemons graduate. That's up to you guys. You don't have to. Because last time they gave a link for people that were far away. They haven't done it yet this graduation, but we're assuming they're just behind schedule and they'll get to it because they usually do that.
Given the day of.
Yeah, probably. So I'm hoping they do because my dad, there's no way he can handle the crowds of people. So, especially now that they can't even use the stadium bleachers and stuff, that's all condemned. Isn't that great? So they're renting bleachers to put on the field and porta potties for this. I'm like, why can't you just move it inside like the Capitol Theater instead? You know, why are we going to be at a condemned stadium? But it is what it is.
What fun it would be.
I'm even gonna follow the dress code. Yes, the parents have a dress code.
Although I don't see how anything you wear would be outside of the dress code, but
True. Well, I have a couple that are low cut that I wear on stream sometimes because sometimes I just want the girls to hang out. Well, actually,
sometimes I need some breathing room.
I don't think I could get away with a bodice at graduation. I think that's on the list because that's showing too much cleavage. So
They're running a brothel. It's okay.
so can you imagine if I did one of my favorite outfits to run around town in, where I've got my multiple patchwork skirt on, I've got my bodice that's got the purple flowers and butterflies, and my purple chemise, and then my purple witch hat, and with the flowers around that, because I take a flower crown and drop it on top of my witch hat. It's just a little tiny, wool hat, and then my wool cloak if it's cold, and just show up dressed, me comfortable. That's what I like to wear around town, and have them go, yeah, no. I won't do that. I will be the appropriate. When it comes to school functions, they've never seen this Dusty. They see the approved mom Dusty. I'm so glad I don't have to hide who I am after graduation. I can be me because I don't have to deal with, disapproving parents and principals and all that jazz. I can't tell you how many times I got into it with the principals of different schools. And not over what I was wearing, just over what they felt appropriate on, it's like the time Iron got into a fight, and they're like, you shouldn't allow that. I'm like, did you ask what happened? And the principal's like, well, he said that a bully was picking on a little tiny kid, and he got in the way, and he had to fight back, and he didn't punch, he just blocked, but we don't believe that. I'm like, you can believe that because I told him, do not use your karate unless you absolutely have to. If it's not a life or death situation, block and call for help. And I give you odds. If you talk to a teacher that was there, that's what happened. So they finally talked to the teacher and found out, yeah, no, blocked everything. Nothing went through, and he was just keeping the kid safe. I'm like, you're not touching my child. They did what they were supposed to do. The Dusty After Dark Dusty. That started to look like Corliss mugshot.
A little bit, actually. I can see it.
It's not Corliss mugshot. We're loony today. That should tell you everything about what bird we're playing with. I'm just building it out carefully, because with a pure white background, it's real easy to slip up, and then there's no going back. So I'm just building up slowly. But you can tell Corliss it's his mugshot if you want. He's at work. He won't understand a word that you're talking about. So this weekend, it turns out Corliss was arrested for going into the reserves in Canada. What kind of reserves, you ask? The maple syrup reserves, which is a real life thing, by the way. He was caught breaking in because his gooseness was not goosey enough. News at 11. Things we don't tell Corliss.
That is clip-worthy.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Why do you guys watch these streams? I go insane doing them.
You know,
So comes across, good. Has the nice swoop there. Okay, underneath here, if that's there, the beak comes to here. I think that's not wide enough. Yeah, I think that's what the problem is. I think the beak's not there yet, but we're working on it. But this is not Corliss. Corlith may be loony, but not this kind of loon. So I'm also trying to ignore there's a brawl going outside. It's gotten bad, and I have a feeling there's police too. So, but my microphone's not picking it up, right? So we're good.
No? Yeah.
You
Yeah, we
suggest
are
you put
good.
him behind bars with a number.
But
Of course,
then
Corlith does. Yeah, no, this isn't him. Unfortunately, I painted Corlith. Well, fortunately, I enjoyed painting him. I made these because everyone said I want to print. And you know how many of these I have sold? None. So I'll be giving away some more during the anniversary stream. You guys can have a chance to win Corlith. Oh, that's a new thing. It's called Whoppy Catch. Instead of catching Pokemon, you catch each other in balls.
Yeah.
So
And I
yeah,
just can't spell it right.
I just don't remember. So
Yeah, I'm still on the cooldown.
yeah, it's still on the cooldown. So yeah, you guys have a chance to catch each other in balls. I figured why not? It could be fun. So Batman told me how to get it, and you guys can just catch each other. Yeah, because if this is here, and it's really thin here, comes to here, and it comes out. No, that I might be right actually. I just need a little bit more here. What did I miss?
TJ says, even have a caption of his crimes while under the influence. Caption.
Yeah, unfortunately, it would be fun to do, but that will not sell, and I need to sell because the good news is we had enough to pay for the stuff we did with the car, and we have enough to travel to Fayfest now. Now we need to get money to spend at Fairy Fest because this might be the last time we go. Because if we move in a year, this will be our last time. So we want to be able to buy some of the things we've always dreamed of. We also have to pay for the blood work and the medical bills. And as you can see, if you look above the over there, the Twitch income is not going to do it this month. So I have to paint as much as I can and try to sell as much art as I can to make up the difference. Some months streaming's hard, and it doesn't even pay the car payment. So I've got to not paint fun stuff I want to do, like the 3 lizards in a trench coat. I do want to do that, but I can't. I have to. There's too many bills coming up and not enough funds to do it. But I promised, when we sat down with Lemons and said, okay, for your graduation party, what do you want? I don't want a party. I want to go to Fairy Fest. I want to be able to eat there. I want to be able to buy stuff there. I want to not worry while we're there. I want the whole family there to have fun for a change, where we're not worried about money or anything. That's what I want from a graduation party. I don't want the bio family or anything. I want the 4 of us to go have a good time. We meet Gloomy, and just that's what they want for graduation. So I'm doing everything I can to make that happen. So that is the graduation party. So I'm doing the best I
I'm
can, which
looking forward to
means
being a part of the graduation party.
looking forward to it too. I mean, I'm a little nervous, to be frank, to meet your husband, or not your husband, your significant other, because I don't know if we'll get along, because we don't seem to have the same interests. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. I mean, you did warn them. We go full outfit. We go full garb. So Goosey
Yes.
under the influence. Oh, I like that. This just in, emergency report. It's being fed. Yep. The goose has definitely taken over the reserve, and he is drinking too much. He is currently Goosey under the influence. I'm sorry to say that the Maple Reserve is going to be too low, and there will be riots in the streets in Canada. Repeat, riots are happening. More news when it comes in. Oh my god. Oh. Well, we did title this Looney stream, right?
Yes, we did.
Oh, that's a great idea. So we could get crystal clear, because I know her voice when she comes through doing this is not as clear as it could be. So that'd be great. So Yeah, the beak shape's wrong and why. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the beak because it's pissing me off, and we're gonna move on to something else, and then we'll go back to it. TJ wants to know if you clipped any of that. Moving it.
No.
Okay, so
Nope.
that's on you, TJ. You don't have to click that. That's just me being silly.
Echo caught me. Yay.
So you can only catch one person per stream. Is that how that works, or?
It's a cooldown of like 13 minutes.
Okay, so you can literally catch all 6 people if you plan out the timing, and you
Yeah.
get lucky, because I know the luck is involved too.
Very much.
I was wondering. You can't catch me though, because I'm not live in chat. So.
Actually, every 15 minutes you throw like an emote in there so we can catch you.
No, that's Dustiria bot that does that. That's not me.
I comes up with you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
I'm a free range Dusty. Yeah, no. Oh, the other thing I got to try for the first time. There was Asian confectionery, I guess you call it. Several of the bakeries that they did have bread. They had a booth at the Pride where they had these different type of little cakes and cookies and things. P-Treat, well, the Light Alchemist came over with a Rice Krispie treat that was green. It looked like gravel. So we're like, what is this? They're like, this is an Asian Rice Krispie treat. And instead of sweet, it's savory. It's made with black sesame seeds and other types of seeds and stuff in there. And it was neat because it gave it a smoky flavor, and it was such a different Rice Krispie treat. It was amazing to try. I'm glad she shared it with me, 'cause I never had anything like it. So that was pretty cool. Oh, you called it shenanigans. You didn't call it what did you say? Goosey under the influence? You should change that to goosey under the influence when you get a chance, Gloomy. So that's more fun. So, but don't worry. I don't think we're gonna get any more reports of a misbehaving goose. I'm sure they'll catch him soon. He can't be that strong, right?
I don't know.
I mean, he is in the maple reserves now, so that maple syrup reserves are very important. And I can understand why. After having maple syrup from Canada, compared to what we have, because we have people that make maple syrup in New York State, it doesn't compare. The only place that compared was Vermont, and only one place in Vermont where they actually have a mill where you can actually see the wheel winding, the water wheel going and stuff. And that's not for the maple syrup production. They produce other things, of course, but it was really cool. I am not making this behind bars. I have to get this. I have to make money, so I'm trying to paint things that people in Camden, New York might like. And this is one of the birds that you go up there on the river and stuff, you will see and hear, especially at night. And my favorite time at dawn, when all the warm water creates that mist across the surface, so it looks spooky and eerie, and then you see one of these gliding to you, and then you hear the cry, and it's just wonderfully spooky and majestic at the same time. That's the bird we're doing today. So all you see is a dinosaur right now. This is not the Loch Ness Monster, I promise. It's not a paleosaur. Which paleosaurs actually weren't dinosaurs, but we're not going to get into that. Oh, there's commands for Whoppy Catch. Cool. Okay, so this comes down under here, and then the white lines go here, and then the black band goes here, and the more white lines go there. Yep, then that means we need to have a back start about here.
Echo says, I don't know if it's gonna be easy going for them Mounties trying to catch him when he's all hopped up on maple syrup and probably with a moose. Mouse is his getaway driver.
Oh, I didn't think about that. We'll have to check in with him later.
Not okay, so I did read that correctly the first time.
Cora loved the clip. Which one? I think there's 2 now.
Yeah.
Because, he's been rampaging. Okay, I need to I need to switch
Get a drink.
colors. I need to get a drink too. Because otherwise, I mean, if there's another news report, I won't be able to give it to you guys. That's one thing I need. Someone needs to remind me. I need sugar-free hard candies for streams to suck on.
All right, adding that to the list.
That would help immensely. I keep thinking about it, but I never remember to get it. Oh, the one you made? You gotta. Hey. Oh my God. TJ, don't do that. I'm looking. Don't make me look. Nothing's disconnecting. All right. Where is this? So I think there's 2 clips now of the goose on the run.
Yep.
He's not even here, and this is happening.
I caught kale.
Paleosaurs are different. But Brontosaurus doesn't exist. That actually, there was 3 paleontologists back in that time period when they were discovering, and they were competing to see who could find the most dinosaurs. So one of them cheated and took dinosaur bones from 3 different specimens and created the Brontosaurus and passed it through as real. And then many years later, we're talking decades, someone went and took a look at that skeleton again and found it was actually compiled of 3 different dinosaurs, and the dinosaur never existed. So, Brachiosaurus is actually one of our spawn's favorite dinosaurs. They love the long-necked Brachiosaurs. So, this family knows way too much about dinosaurs. At one time, that was one of the things that Iron was toying with becoming, was a paleontologist. So, don't get him started on how wrong the stuff in Ark is. But I used to love dinosaurs, and Brontosaurus was actually my favorite dinosaur growing up, and then they took it away from me. But my second favorite still exists, which is the Triceratops. I love the Triceratops. And what is? I don't know. I missed something, TJ. Ankylosaurus
Was
is an
that
Ark.
Ark?
Oh, Ark. Ark is a video game where they raise and breed dinosaurs and stuff. The idea is you land on a planet, which is why they can get away with the not realistic dinosaurs. You land on an alien planet, washed out, basically you are naked. You wake up, you don't know why you're there, but you have to survive. And other people are there to basically take your base and destroy it if you are on a public server. But you have to build a base, catch your dinosaurs, ride your dinosaurs, breed your dinosaurs, all that stuff. It was a big thing for a while, and then it died off. So.
Oh, I'm so glad that we moved that.
Your tumor's not a dinosaur.
Tumor could be. You don't know.
I've seen tumor.
We've only seen what Tumor wants us to see. Behind closed doors, Tumor could be a dinosaur.
That's true, because after all, the behind closed doors, I identify as a fox. Oh, wait, that's open doors. You guys know that. I have the ears right over there. Now I'm trying to decide if I identify as a big black and purple bat. I wish I had money. I would have somebody do art of me as a big purple bat to see if I like it or not compared to the fox. Because I do have a logo that I use on Katuki stream. I'm sure you guys have seen it, where it's my picture of me as, the logo of me as a streamer, but it's got fox ears added to it that Katuki uses. I think it's the only place it's used.
I follow Katuki, but I have yet to catch a stream.
Or remind me sometime if you want to see what I'm talking about. I can show you after stream.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I had Artsy do that one. Yeah, because Artsy does my main logo. So you know my main logo of me with the headset that I use all over the place on social media. Um, I,
Yeah,
I, I,
and
I,
it's on your shirts.
yep, it's on my shirts. I asked her to do one with the ears because when we were streaming with Katuki, she calls herself the Fox Clan, and she's like, everyone's foxes except for Dusty. I'm like, about that, and I gave her that. So, and then I told her how I've got the picture above my desk of the wolf with the fox tucked underneath and smiling underneath the head of the wolf, and that's how Rob and
Mm.
I stand all the time. Whenever one of us is feeling down, we just stand like that, and he puts his arms around me, and I fit under his chin, and our comfort pose. So when I found that art, I bought that from the lady, and for our first anniversary, I messaged her, and she sent me that same art as a anniversary card. So I was able to surprise him that way. Tumor as well as other extending limits of theropods. Well, yeah, they're descendants, but they're not dinosaurs. They're descendants. Like we're descended from most likely some form of ape. But we're far enough along that we are not. The only thing that stayed the same from dinosaur period pretty much is alligators, crocodiles, and sharks. Which I think it's neat that they didn't evolve. So I don't need more of this because eventually it's just going to be white. Okay.
Oh, I thought we evolved from Bigfoot.
No, Bigfoot's a different subspecies that still exists. I've seen one. So, which was a weird
Uh,
day.
well, now you gotta tell us the story, Dusty.
Oh, is it story time now?
Yeah.
Okay. Once upon a time, in a galaxy far, far away. Oh, no, no, that's a different story. You don't want to hear that one. That's been so overdone. You were hatched. So, no, there used to be a LARP called Midland, which Cal's very familiar with. And they had a location at a Boy Scout camp in the woods. And we rented it out to set up, and Lance and I had planned out a very big dungeon crawl inside one of the cabins. So we had hung up, we moved the bunks around, and we hung up black plastic, so you had to crawl through the bunks, go up and around, so that's your dungeon, and things would happen. We put things in there so that if you put your hand wrong, it would step in, it would be like in Jello, and that's like a acid trap, and we made a big dungeon crawl, but we got exhausted, so we went outside to wait for the for the PCs. PCs often get what we call PC disease. I don't know if I discussed what that is with this stream.
I don't think you did.
Okay. PC disease. When the most simple thing in front of you, the obvious thing that you need to do, is ignored, and they try everything but that, and they will take hours. For instance, we set up a note in the inn, literally saying that there was a cave spotted not too far with possible ruins or temple inside. Easy peasy, should have hooked them, they should have come out. Instead, we were told by we had a herald that would walk with them, to make sure everything was on par. That they thought the note itself was a trap, so they were putting lemon juice on it to see if there was any invisible words to show up. They were investigating how it sat on the table. They spent over an hour before they even touched the note because they thought there was a trap involved, and it's just a piece of paper. That's PC disease. So they're taking too long. So we lay down on this hill, which is covered with moss. It's really comfortable, where we can see the cabin and we can see the road, so we'll know when they're coming. And we're like, you know what? Let's just take a nap. So it's a beautiful sunny day. We're taking a nap, and then I got woke up by rustling. So I lean over and I poke Lance. And this often when you're taking prisoners, someone had to get you out. No, that's a different one. I had no role in this one, Cal, but that's a different one. I remember that one too, but that's a different one. So so I wake up Lance and we heard the rustling again. He's like, okay, that's a deer probably. It's because PCs are never that sneaky when they think they're sneaky. Oh, you're making a note of PC disease. But yeah. Um, so we sit up and we're looking around and we see this shadow off in the distance and we're like, oh, maybe that is someone being sneaky because it looked human. So we wait and we hide, we duck down behind the hill, we're watching, and it comes closer and closer and closer, and all of a sudden we realize that's too shaggy to be a human and too tall. And I remember Lance going, who has arms that long? And Lance said it too loud and it spooked it and it booked and it ran right back into the woods. But we're like, oh, that was Bigfoot. So we were shocked. No, this is not a duck or a Canadian goose. It is a loon. At least it's going to be a loon. But let me know if you need me to check on the goose situation because we can do another report. But yeah, no, this is a loon. I'm going to be doing an art show in Camden, New York at Manley Field. And one thing they're known for, because they're up in the Adirondack region, is they have loons. They also have osprey. That's one bird that I haven't seen in the wild in a long time. But I thought I'd do a bird that they would be more familiar with it. I try to do that when we're doing art shows, is if we're in the area and it's a bird that people are known to really enjoy. Like that's why I painted the peregrine falcon, because everyone's a buzzed. Did you see the falcon? We've got a falcon in the area because we've never had one before. So I figured I would do some loons because that's, I've seen loons up there. Loons are really unique. I've never heard a sound like them. If you ever get bored, pull up on YouTube the sound of a loon.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very unique sound and it's very hard to describe, but it would work for a lot of horror movies, I think.
Very much agree with that.
I was just excited because we're like, okay, what can we paint this in the area? And when Gloomy went loon, I'm like, oh my God, there's loons up there. Yes. So, the first time I saw one, I was very little, and it stuck with me all these years. As soon as I saw a picture of a loon, it came flooding back, the mist on the water, and the silent that was all around because it was right at dawn, right before birds start really going, and all of a sudden there was the eerie cry, and I'm like, what is that? And Dad said, shh. And then we saw it come out of the mist, and it was just the most stunning red eye. I didn't know birds had a red eye if they weren't albino. And then it did the cry again, and it was like, oh, it was just magical. Hi, Dusty, and this time not floating Gloomy. No, I fixed that. Gloomy does not float now. So.
Yeah, you tied me down.
I did. I mean, I don't know if you were into it, but, someone had to have a little bit of fun.
No complaints.
Okay, I think the eye's in the wrong spot. I think that's what the problem is. We're going to move the eyeball, I think, over a little bit. Because if that's there, the beak's there. Yeah, I think the eye needs to be over here more. So I'm going to mark a spot where I think it's going to be, and we'll see if that's right. Because, I meticulously hand drew this, so I know exactly where stuff's going to be. Because, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
All part of the process. You can see the pencil marks, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if I have a pencil anywhere. I have millions of brushes, but I don't think I have a pencil. Oh, no, there's one way up there next to TJ who hasn't fallen down on my head yet this stream. Progress.
Keyword on that, yet.
It seems like every stream she falls on the stupid desk. I don't know why.
Because she wants to be a part of it.
She is a part of it. She's usually a voice in my head.
Yeah, but she literally wants to be a part of the painting.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. But I don't paint people. I will say coming back from Pride and then sitting down to a nice crock pot meal and then going right into Goose Goose Duck was a wonderful way to do the evening. That Goose Goose Duck was so much fun.
I was having fun watching the VOD, making clips.
Yeah, that's right, because you missed the first part of it because you had stuff that you had to do. So you got
Yep,
to go back and
I
take a look at some of the silliness.
am. I actually, when we got home, I was like, "There's a half hour left. Like, is it even worth it?" And I was like, "You know what? A half hour is better than nothing."
Because you got to have the fun.
Right. And that's exactly what I did. I had fun, and I got to watch T carry me around for the entire 3 hours.
It was beautiful. You miss Shu annoying dragon. Shu told me he was going to go out of the way to annoying dragon. That was one of the plans. I was warned about this fact, but I
And
did not
silent.
get I didn't get to
Dragon.
see it. But I heard about it afterwards. Yeah, poor dragon silenced so much 3 times in a row. I think it was.
Yeah.
So but that was one of the goals. And I'm glad that they harassed Dragon because it's kind of nice not being the one that's always picked on the most. Okay, for those of you going into ads on Purple Side, when we come back from ads, we're going to play the debut of Corey Legendre's new single. So you guys can all listen to that. If you're on Yellow Side, there is no ad break. You just continue to watch whatever we're doing. Yeah, Dragon was. I'm glad Dragon's a good sport because I've had people. I've had people in the past where it happened to them that many times, and they never came back. So I'm glad Dragon is okay with that. But you guys got to be careful. You do it too much, we may lose Dragon. You know, you can't keep harassing every goose who's stuck. You do have to spread it around a little bit. Don't go too crazy. Because it is funny that to us that she was partied 3 times and silenced 3 times. But think about after a while, it's got to be aggravating. And we want her to play. So be careful, guys, is all I'm saying. Be careful.
Echo said, I was going to say before, here in Oz, I seen something that looked like a really massive shaggy orangutan. That was a scary experience as it chased me and some others out of the tree lines. The tree line met a hill. When I turned back halfway back up the hill and to look back, but I seen it moving through the trees, and the trees basically at the hill height I was at, and the trees across from us. The area was known for a cryptid called Bungy's Yowie.
Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that either. And then Kale said, I'm still learning the game, so I don't mind if I get killed within the first few minutes because I like getting my test done.
Yep. That is how you get the free stuff on this, the what do they call that? Mine. But yeah, no, we were told later by some locals that it's a good thing that we were respectful and left. We didn't go chasing after the Bigfoot or anything like that. Because, you know, aggravating it is not a good thing. But we didn't do anything. We just watched. And it was funny because by that, shortly after that, the PC showed up and we're just standing there going, wow. And they're like, are you ready? We're like, no, we just saw Bigfoot. You got to give us a second. It's the only time I've run into it. And I'm up in the Adirondacks all the time. So it was neat to see it. But that wasn't the Adirondacks. That was at a different woods, a big, thick forest out near Buffalo. It's pretty cool.
All right, Kale, we're going on a road trip and we're gonna go find Bigfoot.
Isn't there a whole show about that and they never do?
I feel like the show was fake, but I mean, just Dusty, we're also kidnapping you too because I'm sure you will remember exactly where it was seen, and then we can go
Okay,
from there.
this was back in the 90s. I ain't gonna remember exactly where we were. I don't even remember the name of the Boy Scout camp. I know it was
All
a
right,
Boy
Kale, it's
Scout,
just you and I.
but I don't remember. And but with our luck, it's now a housing track. I don't know. Cal, do you remember what the Boy Scout camp name was for the Midland? Because he might remember. Because he was there for a lot of the early Midland. And I can't even remember the name of the camp. Is that sad? But then again, I don't have it in front of me. If you give me a picture, I could. I'll remember. You can't either. Yeah, no, because I. Yeah, it was near 20 years ago. I'm sorry, Gloomy. I don't even remember where it
All
was.
right,
I know
it's
it was
just me.
somewhere outside of Buffalo, but I don't remember where. But because around here, we don't get sightings of that. We get bears. We get bears.
All right, I'm going by myself then. Got it.
No, you're more likely to find ghosts with me than you are Bigfoot.
Yeah, they seem to like me too.
Oh, good. There we go. We'll start up ghost hunting. 18 to be more specific. 18 years old. Gotta be. It's gotta be more than 18. The story I'm talking about because Iron wasn't even born yet. So it's longer than that. So this might be before I met you. Because I had no kid yet in this memory. So it had to be at least 22 to 25 years ago.
She sees the sun. She just wears a hat.
I have a big sun hat. It's wonderful. Okay, so okay. Well, it's well before. It's got to be more than 18 or 20 years ago because the first kid's gonna be 21 in August. So you probably were there, but it was a long time ago.
It's
Time
fine. I'll go hunting by myself.
time flies so fast.
Spring of '06, Kale said.
2006. Okay, so that you met me after Iron was born by 1 year. So you didn't know me before kids. Fun fact. So, nope. Sorry, Kale. August 30th, 2005 was when Iron was born. So, so the story I'm talking about, that's why you don't know probably the camp. It was before. Because when I met you, we had stopped going to the Boy Scout camp, and I think we had gotten the land in arcade. Oh,
This potato.
oh, I wish I could show that, but that would show you, and you don't like that because that's adorable. I don't know. Can you go and okay? Look at this potato. You see the potato? No, no, Kevin. No. That was not a transfer, Kevin, to me. Okay. Hi, Kevin.
Potato.
I've been telling. I don't think we need Kevin.
Yeah, we do.
Can
We always need a cabin.
you? No, what we
And you
need
know
is.
what that means?
Oh, the ad break is over, isn't it? Is the ad break over?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Okay, you guys ready for the new premiere of the new single for Corey Eldre? Exclamation point music on both sides will give you links on how to get to him. His album drops next week, but the song, let me get it pulled up here. Okay, we're gonna pause it because we're gonna turn it up. I'm gonna be quiet for this one. So here we go. Um, this is called Route 1. Here we go, guys.
A king drew a line on a map he never walked. Fort Kent down to Key West, where the warm wind tossed. The towns didn't want it, said leave us alone. But the mail had to move, so they laid the first stone. One road at a time, through the snow and the pine. Folks who'd never meet, all sharing one line. Before there was a flag, before there was a name, there was a road through this country, holding it the same. You can't learn a country from 30,000 feet. You gotta drive it through the towns, down every main street. Lobster boats to orange groves, Dakota to the sun. 1,000 little Americas, and they're all on Route 1. But never picks a side, and it never asks your name. Runs through the rich and the broke, and it treats them all the same. A diner up in Maine, where they call you hon. A church in Carolina letting out at 1. Marsh grass neon, a bridge across the bay. Somebody's whole world a half a mile off the way. Same road, different faces, far as you can see. And every one of them's as American as me. They called it the King's Highway, they called it the Post. It ran the mail all the years before it ever wore one name. As we come and go, and the maps all fade and tear, but the road was always there. Yeah, the road is always there. You can't love a country you only watch go by. You gotta meet it where it lives, look it in the eye. So if you ever get the chance, before your driving's done, don't pick the fast lane, my friend. Take the long way down, just take Route 1. From cold Fort Kent, Maine, to the sunny Key West, you'll see it all on Route 1. I tell you now, if you ever get the chance, before your driving's done, skip those fast lane highways, my friend. Spend some extra time and take Route 1. Oh, just take Route 1.
Okay. There we go. There's his new single. Put the music back down. What do you guys think? Waves the light around. Yeah, he said with all the strife going on in the country, he wanted to do an album about bringing people together, about past, because, and Route 1 is literally the first road that he's singing about that went that distance. So, I like it.
It's a good song.
It is. I like his music. He said that the new album is not a pure country album. It's got a mix because he likes to sing different types of you listen. You guys could hear him in the background of every paint stream. He has country. He has more of a pop sound. He does a little bit of rock. It just whatever he writes the words and then he does whatever it fits genre wise rather than be pigeonholed into one kind,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I like about Corey's music because he likes to have it talk about his story, his life. So, and I need to find my white.
Mr. Lit. Again.
Gloomy, we've talked about this. Stop stealing my white. So, but there we go. The debut of his song. When his album drops, it will be added to the rotation. Because I've got the only music you're not going to hear in my paint streams that he does is the Christmas, unless it's Christmas time. And he's got 2 political albums, really strong political. I don't do politics on my streams, so I will not play those music. But I do recommend you guys listen to them on your own time, if that makes sense. Because it's not that bad. It's just I want a safe place from politics. So, but all the rest of it you'll hear here, including the Dustiria theme song. So, yeah, because if the speckles are here, I'm trying to figure out if I got a problem. I think I got the head. Yeah, I do. Okay. We got a major boo-boo, and I'm not quite sure. You very much like that one, Echo? You should give his music a chance. Exclamation Point Music will give you a link that'll take you to all of his things. One of the albums, like the song right now, Dressed in Black, he had to write an album when his mom died. And the songs are about when his dad died and then his mom and how she survived after that until his mom passed away. And it's a really moving album. So. And you're poking people.
Well,
So.
I'm trying to see if Lasna is still here. Because if she is, I'm going to try to catch her.
She might have wandered off. She likes to go for walks during this stream. Post really cool outside pictures. Oh, that's what I didn't do. I didn't post the 2 pictures. I took pictures of really pretty clouds today when I was out doing my walk. And I did not post those anywhere. Yeah, see, this is a duck, not a loon. Now we gotta fix it. There you go. Now Laza's back. Gonna walk out to bridge. See, you can catch Laza now. Enjoy your bridge. Nope.
No.
You cannot catch Lasna, it turns out. You've been denied. Waited all that time just to catch Lasna, and you did not do it.
Mm-hmm.
I know what I can do. I can move. Because this is...
Don't
Yeah.
judge me.
I can judge you. I can judge.
No, Lasna. Lasna's judging me right now.
Oh, Lasna's judging you? Lasna can judge you too. I mean, we don't... as long as it's not, going too far judging. Yeah, go for it.
No, it's not.
So you're fine. So if this is here instead, and it comes down, speckles go here. That should fix the issue I've got. Just move it over just a little bit. And then the speckles go here. And it won't be a duck anymore. This is not a duck. You already have an owner? Oh, okay. You can't get caught because they already belong in somebody else's ball. That almost sounds dirty, but it's not. Talking about Whoppy Catch. Whoppy Catch, okay? Whoppy Catch. Oh, Lord. Maybe Whoppy Catch is a bad idea. Okay, and this angle's wrong because it's got to go... No, that's right. It does a little bit of white here. And then it goes on an angle this way. Do I want to know?
Kale said I wasn't gonna say anything. Drinks coffee.
Did you? Might have to do a distractionary tactic. Let's see.
Quick, everybody look at the duck.
It's not a duck! I'll just do another. This just in. More updates on the great, horrible maple syrup reserves in Canada are destroyed completely. Corlith has not only brought in all the other Canadian geese to assist him in this horrible travesty, he got away on a moose. I repeat, he's on the loose. Look out. He's got teeth now. I mean fangs. He drank so much he's converted into the third stage of his goose form. He is where goose is fully formed, and that moose he's on is angry. More news as we continue.
The goose is on a loose.
Yes, he's on a rampage.
Yes. The goose.
The goose is loose on a moose. More news at 11. Oh my god.
And you're not even fully rested.
Nope. I've been up
And we're
since 5
all the
a.m.
time.
I've been up since 5 a.m. At least this time it wasn't a nightmare that woke me up.
That's very true.
Sometimes pain wakes you and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like a chronic pain sufferer.
Kale said, come on, Dusty, you know how fast my wit is.
Yes, I do. So if these lines are here, which I'm going to definitely have to clean them up. I do find it fascinating that this is such a black and white creature. As I start, because I've only seen loons from a distance, and I'm looking at this picture going, I had no idea that they, had this white like this. Because I mean, the white chest you could see when they're floating by, and you see the black head, but these lines and things, it's like, wait, they have this? I never saw this. But it never came that close. So now I gotta go back up into the Adirondacks to the lake, and at early in the morning or in the middle of the night, and just have a our binoculars with me so I can see these. That's what the firm I'm looking for. We do actually have birding binoculars that we got on a clearance, but half the time we go out walking, we forget them. We're really good at forgetting.
Didn't Rob bring them the one time that we were on a walk together?
Yep, he remembered them once.
Mm.
He remembered them once. Okay, so the black's up here more. Because I don't think we're going to become crazy cat people when we're in our later years. I think we're going to become birders. Be prepared, Gloomy. You're going to get messages. Gloomy, I just saw the rare whatever titmouse.
Well, I will be ready.
I think we do that right now.
Yeah.
Because I saw the peregrine. And it's like, Gloomy, I saw a peregrine. It was right there. Those things are too fast to get pictures of, though. When they do that swoop, holy cow, they're such fast birds. But I saw it. It was there. Oh, that's funny. I'm talking peregrine and the songs Fly, Eagle, Fly.
Kale said definitely one of those wits that just happens before the brain even engages, and while it stimulates laughter and giggles as the intended response, also elicits groans, eye rolls, and hey, that's not nice, it's funny, but not nice, lol, comments. I've been
Makes
there.
sense. You do better than I do because most of the stuff I do that's funny, half the time I don't know. I don't think about it. It comes out, and then I don't understand why people are laughing, and then I sit back and go, "Oh no, did I just? I did. I'm good at unintentional. The
I didn't
unintentional.
mean to do that.
Yeah, I'm good at the unintentional. I remember my family used to go, "You need to start thinking before you speak," and it's like, I just get too excited, and it just comes out, and then I get in trouble because their sense of humor definitely is not. Can highly appreciate that takes skill. Oh, great. There's no skill there. I just say, and it just comes out. Okay, so there's
It's like
that.
word vomit.
Yep, word vomit. That's a good way to put it. I used to get in trouble for it all the time. You need to think before you speak. You are such an embarrassment.
It takes more skill to not try than it does to try.
But see, there's no skill with what I do. It just is. It's just how I talk. I wish there was skill because then it would be more funny. You know, I could do it more often. I am no stand-up comedian. I just talk. Starting
Word
to look
vomit
like
is skill.
Not in my case. My brain just talks and then it comes out, and then later it's like, oh dear, oh dear.
I have word vomit sometimes.
I have it every stream because I do that in real life. There's just so much I want to say and do, and I want to be able to help people with my stories that they just come out. Because at the end of the day, everything you live can be a lesson or a glimmer to the person listening to it. So
Exactly,
sharing.
because the skill to watch what you speak comes in the form of being meleeed with a dictionary.
Dictionary. Oh. Okay, so that's what's wrong. It needs to come out. They have more of a wedgie head. That's how I'm going to say it. It's a wedgie head.
Don't be making fun of his head like that.
Well, it's not being fun, but that's how you make him less duck. You realize that the head's more of a wedge.
Kale says, which I have been.
I'm just glad I have my found family because I can be me, ramble away, say the same stories over and over, and I don't get told to shut up. I don't get told you've said that before. I don't get told, my God, can't you think before you talk? You guys just go, and?
Yeah, we are very much known for poking the bear and going, where is this going to go?
Oh, my ex was famous for words and things being thrown. Yeah, mine too. But you know that. Cal met my ex. I lived in fear of getting him mad enough to start throwing things. To this day, if like someone accidentally like drops a mug or a plate and it shatters, it triggers so much PTSD. But thankfully, Rob knows that. So anytime he hears like a server drop something, he immediately will put a hand on my knee and go, "It's okay. It's okay." I have many, many triggers and not for good reasons, which, a lot of us do. But I try to make sure that the people I'm with will know this is a trigger. If we're out in public and there's a male yelling, I will disappear on you. I will go hide. I still that's going to take time. So,
Understandable.
and Rob's found the best thing to do if a male starts yelling is just to hug me quick and just distract. You can do that too, Lemmy. I'm very huggable. Cal knows that.
We like hugs.
Yep, we like hugs. So if we're at the run fair and we get separated for any reason, it's just you and I, and you hear somebody start yelling and screaming at someone, just hug me and say, it's not you. It's okay. They're not coming for you.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. Simple triggers. Same reason why I don't usually go to whip shows, because it sounds too much like a belt. I only go to whip shows if um I know the routine, so I know when to expect it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. Like Jack the Whipper, he's got certain routines. Don Juan and Miguel did. Don Juan and Esmeralda do that. I knew him by heart, so I can watch without the fear. But
Mm.
unknown person, it's like we went to one run fair and they were walking through the crowd, just using the whip to drum up people to go to the show, and I didn't expect that. I bolted on poor Rob. I didn't mean to, but flight or flight kicked in.
Very
So,
true.
and there's one performer, oh, she's wonderful. She's a pirate and she does a whip show, and if she knows I'm going, because we're Facebook friends, she'll tell me when
Mm-hmm.
her shows are, and she'll tell me when she'll be wandering the crowd to make sure that I don't have any fears, that I can expect it. She's the only one that I trust enough that she can use a whip right next to me, and I don't bolt. So, but it took years to get to that point. Yeah, no filter at all. No filter at all. We are good friends, and she worked with me after hours to make it so that she can go right up to my nose, and one, I trust her, and two, it doesn't scare me because we worked on it, because she's like, you're not going to be scared of me. We're going to work through this, because there was too many times where her booth and my booth would be right next to each other, sword fighters, whip person. Oh, you seen her videos? Oh, she's fantastic. She's the world's sweetest lady. She's one of the people that if the ex would go ballistic, would hide me. I hid a
Mm.
lot in her tent, and we would just talk. So she's the kindest woman you've ever met. She's fantastic. I miss her because now that the run fairs are canceled around here, we only have one left. The one we have left isn't enough to have her up here, so she's another one that's performing south. So you might be able to, because she's starting to do shows further south, because the up north ones, like I said, we had 3 run fairs. We're down to 1. And that's happening all over this area. People can't afford to be entertained, so they go out of business. It's funny, COVID didn't put the run fairs out of business. This president has, and it's a shame. But
Also, the new virus too.
nope.
I'm sure.
No, because people mask up. It's like, and they protect.
Mm.
I can't tell you how many masks I saw at the last con, at the last run fair and stuff. People are being good about it. Has nothing to do with that. It has to do with incomes went down. People can't afford to go. If people aren't going, the people that run these things can't make any money, so they have to close. So, yeah, I know you won't get political, but yeah, and that's as political as I get, because I'm a little watching us, the idea that we're probably going to lose Pride now, because the first thing that goes when the incomes go down is art, and the store that sells the art and had the gallery makes no money, so they're going out of business at the end of the month, which means none of our festivals will happen. And when I went to the gallery, the last time I went to the gallery, she was in danger of getting shut down because she hasn't sold any art in a while. But thankfully, a rich patron has stepped in to help out so that the gallery will stay open through this hard time till we get things better. So, the gallery in Camden where my artwork is safe for the moment, thanks to a very kind man. But nobody stepped in for copper easels, so they're closing. And it's like it's already hitting, because we have the relay for life coming through town, and we usually have a huge festival. But the bikers are still coming, the bicyclists are coming, but there's no festival because Copper Easel's gone. Oh, and now Corey's singing my theme song. Good timing. You will say you're happy being the guy right in the middle. I do not lean left or right because I see great things and equally bad. Oh, we all do, Cal. We all do. I don't. Uh, it's everyone I know. That's where we are, and unfortunately, it doesn't help because everything's closing. But I'm gonna keep streaming and hoping things will get better and my income will get better. And if it doesn't, I may have to learn how to stream on my phone as we figure out where we're gonna live. August is coming and it's a scary time. Our income is going way down. So we'll see what happens. But as this says, I gotta trust and faith and just keep going. Keep on growing. So I'm gonna keep painting, even if they'll stack up around me, and hope that we find places to sell them. This should not be black, so we're gonna change this. And we're gonna get back to Mr. Loon here. Fall into place. Still can't believe he wrote that in a time where he thought he was all alone. Just because he was talking to me and the Discord. I'm honored to have someone write a song about my community like this.
Well, it's not the only thing I can say is what put Foreign Minister did. When President Napoleon agreed to go to that weirdo birthday, I wish you to get at least 2 semifinals since there was some MMA or something like that.
Oh, the birthday the president did with the MMA cage fighting. Yeah. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about that.
I will say though, at least it happened during Pride Month.
Yeah. I am so proud of the gay men that went full glitter and went in the front row of that. Because they went, hey, half naked guys, we get to stand and watch and be our pride selves. Yeah, we're gonna do it.
Right?
I love those guys. So, but yeah, no. I'm just hoping this Canada art show was good. I've never done a 2-day one. They said we could leave up our tent and stuff, but I think what I'll do is I'll bring the art home Friday night and then unpack it and just leave the displays and hope the displays don't get stolen. So I can't afford it if they do. So I'm nervous about that. I've never done a show where you leave the stuff and go back the next day. I mean, you are allowed to camp, but nobody wants to camp, so I'm just gonna have to trust. Because back when we did the sword fighting demonstrations and stuff, the few that we actually camped at, they actually gave us a whole camping area because it was, run fairs, and they had guards watching your stuff in the main area where the people were, but where the rest of us camped was nowhere where people could see it, and those were some great times talking around the fire with all their performers and find out where they've been and all that stuff.
Yes.
I
I
thought it was
agree.
funny, so I want to bring that up more because it comes down. That comes there. Yeah, I want to bring this up a little bit. We need some lines go around here. This is such an interesting bird. I didn't realize how. I'm like, I need to paint an easy bird for to sell because I'm out of stuff. Me. Pixel Loon, where there's all these stripes and things. I did not pick an easy bird at all.
I tried telling you. You
I
never
know.
picked the easy one.
I know. I'm gonna need an easy one though because if I get this one done, I would like to have one more bird. Is the goal.
I think we know exactly which one might be the easier option.
Do we? Because I don't remember what options we were playing with. To be
The
honest.
snow fairy.
Oh, I want to do that so bad, but I don't think anyone people don't tend to buy birds that aren't something they see. You know, I sell chickadees because I have those in my backyard. If I paint a bird that is from another country, it's gonna sit there. It's like the wallaby. People don't even. There's no interest in the wallaby at all. I was hoping there would be because of the zoo and stuff, but you don't see a wallaby. So the wallaby's just sitting there. People tend to buy stuff that speaks to them because they've seen it, you know? So I don't. I want to paint the snow fairies so bad. I even have an idea of what I want to do. I want to go a little bit more fantasy with it. Yeah, welcome to America. So I have an idea that I want to paint, and it's going to be more whimsy, and it's still going to be realistic, but not the way you think, if that makes sense. I want to paint that so bad. We might do that anyway, just because last time we tried to do 2 paintings in 1 week, I ran out of time because my painting was too bad. So maybe we'll do the snow fairies just as okay, it's not going to get done in time, but we're doing this because you want to do it type deal. And if you guys haven't seen a snow fairy, look them up. They're a wonderful long-tailed tit. They're beautiful. They're little fluffy guys. They're amazing. From the Himalaya mountains. Did I say Himalaya right? Yeah, I think I did.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can't paint plate armor. I've never figured out how to do metal. Metal is not easy with acrylics. You can't just paint it silver. That doesn't look right. So no, I'm not doing that. Besides, I mean, Corliss is on the lam and he's not wearing any metal. He's just got his big fang teeth and a moose. So hopefully he'll be able to get away so that, he can get to, the stream tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully, the moose on the goose on the moose on the loose can actually make it to stream tomorrow. But he's got to avoid all the Mounties. You're not behind me. 1. 2, it's not, Cal. It's completely different. Because I can paint a model and with the highlights and it'll be beautiful. But when you're trying to make it look real without a model, the curves, the 3-dimensional nature, it's a flat, completely different. Completely different. I wish it would be that easy because I could paint it like the model's done, but there's no curves, there's no edges. You gotta figure it all out on your own, and that makes it difficult. I've tried it. It just looked flat. I'm not there yet to do that. Are we breeding? Oh, we're breeding. What did you do to Kevder? You made Kevder look tough. He's a tough guy.
Kefir was already tough.
But look at him now. You wouldn't mess with that. I haven't decided if I want to do the lizards in a trench coat digital or try to paint it. I haven't decided that one either. He is very purple. He's the best color. I'll fight you for it. I love that one time that TJ sent me a meme where it basically said that most people are like, I like blue, I like green. I will fight you to the death that purple is the best color. And I was like, yeah, that's actually, yeah, Yeah, I want to do the lizard in the trench coat. I just haven't decided if I want to attempt to do digital art again or if I want to just paint it. It's on the list of things I'm going to do when I run out of shows. Because that one there, no one's going to buy if I make it into art. Because people want to see it. They're like, yeah, I want to see it, but people aren't going to. It's like the Korra prints. We want this. we want to see it, but it's not to buy. They just want it to exist. And it's like, I can't put the
Yes.
work into that right now as long as I need to make money off my art. So that's where it came from. Because Dragon was running around one Goose Goose Duck in a trench coat. So we were teasing her that she's 3 lizards in a trench coat. And I just gotta do some purple lizards coming out of a trench coat. But that's on the list of someday when I have the time and I'm not trying to pay off the medical bills. Paying 20% of my medical is getting to be very difficult. And it's not just my medical. It's all 4 of us, 20% of whatever happens. And 2 of us have permanent long-term illnesses. At least one. I have many. So it's like, all these doctors are getting expensive and tests. Nothing's fully covered. It's all 20%.
How dare.
I know, right? It would be a good band name. Too bad I don't know anybody that needs a bad name. You have an idea of what you can do for Corliss' birthday? Oh yeah? Do tell. We already missed his birthday, but it's coming around again later. Take the print you have and add a bikini. I could probably do that because you guys have been wanting to see Corlith in a bikini.
Yeah?
Yeah. It'd look ridiculous because it's not made for it, but yeah, I could probably do that on one of the prints. And mail it to him as a surprise. He was supposed to get a bodice that when I do the dress up bodice streams, he was gonna wear a bodice with me, but he never got it made. A yellow polka dot bikini. That's an old song. We had that on 8-track. Heck, some of the young people in this chat probably don't even know what an 8-track is. I know he promised a goose in a bikini, but the problem is his main artist got a job and she is busy all the time. I know this because she's supposed to be doing some art for TJ and I and has not done it. So, and it's okay because work and real life come first. When the art's not if your art is not your main job, we understand. If your art's your main job, then I'm on your ass going, hey, where is it? But if you have another job, that comes first. So like if you do a commission for me, you know that streaming comes first, then art. But it'll get done. Brad, this is the most political song I listen to from him on our streams, because this one here shouldn't be political at all. Black goes up here. Look at this loon. I do wonder why people took the loon's name and made it mean a crazy person. I do wonder about that. Because loons are not crazy at all. As Cal said earlier, you gotta watch one fish.
They are very crazy.
How are they crazy?
Why can't they be crazy?
Well, that's true. They are beautiful birds. Doesn't mean they have to be insane though, does it?
I mean, we're attracted to them, so why not?
True. Okay, I could see that. It's another for Chris Loon. Yeah, but why? Why is what I want to know. Why would they do something to such a beautiful bird? Make it mean and something different.
Because they don't like us. Because we are also known as loons.
I don't know if I'm that crazy. I've actually been told I'm the least crazy person they know. Yeah, put that like that. Then we'll bring in the little dots. You think it's just comes from the bird sounds? It might. You might be right. Just because the sounds, it just came out later. I wonder what it was like the first person that ever heard one of these birds. Did they freak out? Did they think it was some kind of evil being? Never know. 'Cause those people are long gone. I think I want to, yeah, I'll do it this way. And then we'll come back in with the dots. Gotta come back in with dots. Most evil book is Mushroom Atlas. Why is the most evil book a Mushroom Atlas? And Tumor has an evil laugh. He does it random times. I have never lived with a bird, but listening to your stories, it sounds like that'd be a wonderful experience. Rob misses having birds. He had budgies. But the way Kevin hunts, we think a bird would be a bad idea.
So, loons actually got their name from being awkward and clumsy on land and their hauntingly distinct calls.
Oh, I didn't know they were awkward on land. Now I gotta watch a video of a loon on land. I've never seen them on land, just in the water. Need a land video. What do they look like walking? Crazy like a fox. What makes it evil is that he does it at 2 or 3 a.m. Oh, yeah, I can understand that one. Oh, because so many people died. Okay, I understand. But at least we now know, right? What's edible? I will fully admit I will not eat mushrooms from the wild because I do not feel comfortable identifying them. I have a friend, though, who I trust implicitly. If we're in the woods and she says, okay, that's edible, I know that she's studied it up. So it's like, okay, cool. Me? No. I don't want to find out the hard way that I was wrong. I will gather all kinds of plants and roots that I know. But mushrooms? Nope. There's too many lookalikes out there. So yes, I could survive in the wild just fine with, knowing which leaves, berries, flowers, roots to eat. But I won't touch the mushroom. Do that. Oh my god, they're not mimics. They're just lookalikes. They're not mimics. They're more doppelganger than anything. Everything is not a mimic out there, guys. It's not.
I mean, it could be. But anyway, here's a little short video of them walking on land.
Oh, you want me to show it? I can do a display capture.
If you want.
Does it have anything copyrighted?
No, it's just a woman talking about,
Oh, yeah, give me the link.
Yep, I sent it in the Twitch chat.
Okay. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Okay, so not a high quality voice. You sent it directly.
Yeah, for everybody watching in case they wanted to see it.
So where am I looking for this? Is it
It's
a
in the
show me?
Twitch chat.
Oh, it's in the Twitch chat itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see it. All right, so you guys all click the link and I'll click the link. This way I will watch it without you guys just to see. Oh my god. They are really awkward on land. Oh, the poor thing. I didn't realize their legs are so far back. Okay. I'm surprised they've survived and not gone extinct. And Lazo, there's a catch. You have to only do it in places that I know the fauna and the flora. So upstate New York, I'm fine, but you take me even to as far down as Pennsylvania, I'm not going to be fine because it's different plants. So you can only get lost here. That's one thing that's going to be weird is moving to a place where I won't know the plants, the animals. So, which is something that could happen. And if that happens, I'm going to be researching because I like to know these things. And that just comes from when I was little. I would take out books about it because I was allowed to go into the woods on Sundays from dawn until 5 p.m. when it was dinner. Because as long as I did all the chores on Saturday or the rest of the week. So I would take out books on what I needed. That way I could go in the woods with some water and a biscuit and I would be full because I would find, salad greens and I'd make a salad, and stuff like that. I grew up foraging. That way I
Very
didn't
good.
have to be, that way I didn't have to be home. It was all about not being home because home I didn't want to be there because home was where you got there was nothing but chores and being told you're not good enough. So the woods doesn't do that. So yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm part dryad. Plants are second nature. I mean, if you saw my lettuce problem right now, oh my God. My lettuce problems. It's hilarious. The neighbors are finding it funny. One of the neighbors, by the way, planted the lettuce seeds I gave them, and they're just starting to sprout now. So this is when I would have started to see baby sprouts going, and I'll have lettuce eventually. But no, my garden doesn't work that way. My garden sprouts whatever it feels like
Mhm.
without me touching it. Oh, wait, they all
Although
go.
technically you are touching it because you're over here going, yeah, I'm just gonna take you, and then it's just gonna continue spreading like a weed.
Yeah, that part, yeah. That I do touch it to eat it because every day I have salad for at least lunch, if not breakfast and dinner. Saves me money. It does. Okay, let's do that. So yeah, if you're gonna get lost on an uninhabited on an island with me, lost, you gotta give me time to research what's okay to eat first. So otherwise, it ain't gonna work. Which defeats the whole purpose of getting stuck on an uninhabited island. But then again, if you want to do it on purpose, you just don't tell me. You just have me research, and then you don't tell me there's no way back, and it's pretty much the same effect, I suppose.
Very true.
Honey, I'm going on a trip with Lasna. We're going on an island. I'm sure he'll be fine with that.
I think he'll be trying to, sneak his way in with you.
Yeah.
Gotta make sure that you're safe.
That's exactly what he would do, too. This just in. Only woman gets lost. Husband goes nuts trying to find. Woman was found petting cat. Everything's fine. That's actually happened. I saw a kitty. He wasn't paying attention. He turned around. I'm gone. And he's like, we're searching all over. And then he finally finds me on a different road petting a cat. Like, sorry, there was a cat. And I guess yesterday when Iron was waiting to be picked up to go to work because we were at the show, so Rob had to go back and get her, and all of a sudden the woodchuck came around the corner and went right up toward the step and didn't notice because Iron was sitting there so still. This is what I've taught them to do around animals. They got up close and personal with the woodchuck. They're like, Mom, that is bigger than I thought. I'm like, yeah, they are. The woodchuck that my neighbors are hating because it's eating all their plants and leaving mine alone. You can see you and Lasna doing that. They're making coconut bikini tops and grass skirts, making friends with local mechanics. We would do that. Actually, I don't know about the coconut bikini top. That would hurt. Those things are hard. In that case, you're taking your owner, no problem. We can have fun, Lasna. We can do a little trip. I like meeting people, and Rob just goes along wherever I go because he doesn't want to be left behind.
Yeah.
And he looks so cute. He was wearing his matching dinosaur shirt yesterday. Or not yesterday. Saturday. And underneath it, because he had it open because it was a hot day, he had his demisexual bee shirt. He's got a hi Sherry. He's got a what do you call it? A muscle shirt with a demisexual bee on it. So he's like, before you, I would never even thought to wear stuff like this. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but Rob is definitely wearing different stuff now. He even has 2 boho shirts when I'm wearing my more flamboyant outfits, so he doesn't feel weird. And I don't
Rob
think
is
they're
just
flamboyant.
embracing his true self, you know?
Yeah,
Being
he's
sexual.
because he prefers dressing like a dad, and the kids love making fun of it. Because you ever see those ads where they have a stereotypical, guy wearing, the boring
Mm,
clothing with the little kids and stuff? He wears that. He usually wears just nothing but dad outfits because he likes to blend in. But he's
mm,
learning that when he's with me, he can be a bit more flamboyant, and he still blends in because I'm wearing these bright boho patchwork things, and he's still mild compared to me. So focus is still on me, but he can enjoy it too, and he's loving that.
mm.
You're a vibrating, gyrating son of a bee. He's like a cat. You think he's like a cat, Lasna? Or is your partner like a cat? Who's like a cat? So
I think Rob is like a cat. I think Losna's owner uh, is not necessarily like a cat.
I think I had that too
Although,
far forward. Gotta go back with that. Love you too, Echo. But yeah, no, he's so proud of that shirt because when we first were going to go to a Pride event, he just wanted a shirt. And he looked all over to find one that represented him. And you know how much he loves bees. And when he found one that had the right, flag, the stripes are done in the demisexual, he's like,
Mhm.
I'm going to have a bee shirt. And he's so proud of that thing. He wears it all the time.
just
He's been
like he's
wearing it for
also
like 4
proud of
years.
his
Rob's like a cat.
bee
Yeah.
plushie.
Oh, his bee plushie. He's got 2 in the bedroom now, and he just loves those things. He just loves bees. His dream is to actually have his own, make his own honey and all that jazz someday. But we're a long way from having a house. And we know that. But it's okay, because we have each other and we are safe. I want to go back in the white or with the black. Actually, I want to go in the black, because this is too far. I just got to come that in a little bit. We gotta come up. Black there.
Did you already start dinner?
Me? No. Iron's not working today, so that's on iron.
Ah,
Yeah, to save my hand and stuff, especially on 2 stream days. If iron's not working, iron takes care of that. So all I have to do is do the paint stream and then get my
Welcome to
hand
my
to stop.
humble
Oh, thank you for
establishment.
the follow. Do the paint stream and then try to get my hand to not hurt, and then play whatever game we play tonight, depending on what toast crew shows up. Which reminds me, I need to send a thing to Wolfie to see if Wolfie's coming. I can't ask
yeah.
Lavish yet,
Oh, yeah.
because they're not out of work yet. So far, nothing works. They're so burnt out from their job they can't appear on stream. And then that's when I reach out to Lemon or you and go, hey, who wants to do something? Enjoy bees too, especially the white-faced carpenter bees. You're a place you would walk on the porch to be four of them hovering, staring. Aw, that's nice. Oh, he loves any kind of bee. And knows more about bees than I do by a lot, because bees are not my thing. I like bees, don't get me wrong, and I love talking to the bumbles. But because bumblebees are one of my favorite things. But that bees is his thing. Which is why on his birthday last year, because Lynn figured out when his birthday is, she sent a pin that's a Minecraft bee that he wears all the time. You say it depends on what the voices in the head show up. Yeah. Because if no voices want to be there, Rob and I play that Roots of Pachia. I think it's Paka, whatever that is. If voices show up, we play something else. So it's the only stream that's up in the air. I don't like it because I can't advertise for it and I can't get my stream set up until last minute. That part sucks. But at the same time, it's neat to see who I end up streaming with. Someone will be there. I just don't know who.
Yeah.
Bye, Shiri. Thank you for stopping in and have a good evening. Because for you, it's later in the day. Not evening yet, but you'll have it. And there was something, I missed something. Well, they've been continuing to attention to the single carpenter. Oh, okay. I see what's going on there. Oh, I got a prime sub from Lasna. Look at that. 9 whole months. Thank you. That is such a huge help. We don't have bumblebees here. You only seen footage of them. Oh, they're so adorable. I want to paint. That's something I could paint. I could paint a bumble. I still have a little 2-inch canvas. That I might be able to get painted by Friday. What do you think? What do you think? Should we try to paint a bumble?
I think we should.
If I get this thing done. Okay, so this comes here, that comes there, the stripes are there, that's there, the wing comes across here and down, and then okay, yeah, I started these too soon. These should be the little guys coming down, like so. Yeah, and then that comes in, just a little bit of that. Okay. We're gonna get this right, I swear. He's just a very intricate bird. Bloomy, when I say I need to do an easy bird, you need to talk me out of these things.
I try.
Bumbles are great. They're a bit smaller in size than carpenters, but they do this. They do sting. Yep, they do. So, I don't think I've ever seen carpenter bees. Because here it's mostly bumbles and honeybees. Said when I was really little, I tried to catch bumbles over and over because I wanted just to pet one. And it did not end well. But we do know I'm not allergic to bees because of it. And you think it only happened one time.
No. Not with you.
Nope. I'm stubborn. I keep trying. But as Mom said, when it came to insects and lizards and birds and animals, I was not afraid. I had no fear. Oh, yeah, the hoverflies are cool. We have those up here. But yeah, no fears. So Mom was constantly going, oh no, what is she bringing home or what is she getting into? So at one point I had, I think it was 8 different birds and animals that I had rescued. The zoo. My mom called it my menagerie. Because the rule was, if you bring it home, you have to make sure you can make a cage and feed it, take care of it, and do all its needs. If you couldn't keep it. And that was a dumb rule because I took care of everything very, very well. So Mom couldn't tell me no because that was the rule. If you could take care of it, you could keep it. And I just kept bringing stuff home. And because my dad was a welder, was part of his well drilling stuff, because you got to take care of your equipment, it was really easy to go, I just need this, Dad. And then I'd go in the garage and he'd give me all the stuff I needed and a cage would be made. So, yes, they are, Cal. They're wonderful little bugs. Well, they're not little, but let's see. So never make a rule like that because I will go, oh, all I gotta do is take care of it. I'm bringing this home, bringing this home, bringing this home, go in the garage, make another cage, bringing this thing home. I like that. And
That's how Dusty ends up with all of her animals. Got it.
yeah. Yeah, because at that point I had 3 rabbits, 2 gerbils, a guinea pig, 2 chickens, a dog. I think that's where, yeah, I think that's what I had at that point. And they all had larger than normal cages because Dad had all this stuff that I could just, go, okay, this is my design. This is what I want to weld. And as long as I was with him, we're making it. We would make it. It's like my guinea pig's cage took up half my room. It was gigantic with ramps and all kinds of stuff. Your insects tend to be avoided because they're primarily venomous and cause a lot of pain. Then I would avoid them, Echo.
Yeah, definitely.
That's one thing I'm lucky about living here is the birds and the animals and the insects and the snakes. Nothing can really hurt you here. I mean, well, you wouldn't mess with the bear, but bears don't hurt you here. If you don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. Our black bears are quite docile in that aspect. So even the bears don't mess with you. Which is why my mom had no problem with me going out in the woods because, yeah, we had bobcats out there, but you don't see them. They run around at night. So you hear them crying because it sounds like a baby crying in the woods. Now, if you've never heard a bobcat, definitely listen to that sometime. But Mom knew there was nothing that would harm me. The only thing that would harm me is if I climbed trees or did stupid things like walk across logs over, the fast running river. Well, it wasn't a river. It was a very large creek, but I was little, so it was like a river to me. Stuff I would never do. I don't think Echo's ever told us what country they're in, so that's what I'm curious about. But if you don't want to tell us what country, Echo, you don't have to. But I'm curious.
Is it Australia?
That's what I'm wondering. If you're comfortable telling us where you live, go for it. If you're not, don't. I'm going to make this more black. Come back in with the white because it's not doing what I want it to do. Not doing what I want it to do. So I will go and redo. We have paints. It's not a redo. It's just adjusting the art just a smidge. Just a smidge. I'm just going to adjust this a little bit. You are from Australia. That makes sense. A lot of the stuff you said sounded like you've been Aussie from different streams you've been in. So, and the streams that you catch the most tend to be ones that would work for Australia time zone. So I had a feeling you were another one of the Aussies in my server, but I wasn't sure. Yeah, the mosquito can give you all kinds of diseases. Speaking of which, I've got a bite on my leg that's acting really weird. So thankfully, I've got a doctor appointment Wednesday. I got to remember to have him look at it. Because it's not getting better. And I've never had a tick bite, so I'm not sure if it's that or something else. So I want it looked at. So I'm going to the doctor anyway, so he can go over my blood work with me. So, not that I didn't already sneak a peek and know exactly what it is. I love having access to the blood work the next day. But yeah, I got a bite I need to look at. Australia, I've never wanted to go, and it's not because it would be cool to visit. I just don't want to be in a plane that long. My claustrophobia handled so far, I think the longest plane ride I've been in was 3 hours, and it was tough. So I did. Australia's a bit too far for me. If I was gonna go to Australia, I'd have to use a boat.
Oh, that's what Kill did. Kill boat.
Yeah, and it'd have to be one of those where you can't feel the water, because I get motion sick if you can feel the water. So yeah, put me on a cruise ship, I guess.
Oh, I felt the water on the cruise ship that I was on.
Cruise ship I was on, I didn't. The only place you felt it is if you were on the stage. I know that because I took a dance lesson on the stage. Um, because I only went on a cruise one time, and yeah, I only felt it if you went all the way forward or all the way back. In the middle area, I didn't feel it at all, so I was fine.
Yeah,
It,
I didn't feel it when we were at the bar or like casino because that was on the 7th floor, but my room was on the 11th floor with a balcony, and I could feel all the motion.
no, we had one of the cheapest rooms. We were like almost in the belly of the ship, but I still didn't feel it, so which was good. Because that was a compromise. Because I told my ex, we've never gone on vacation, we've never gone anywhere. I want to at least go somewhere. And so we did a 3-day cruise, which stopped in Key West and Cozumel, Mexico. And I forgot what the other stop was because he refused to get off. He found there was an all-you-can-eat buffet and there was an adult deck where you could be nude. And he spent his whole time between those two places. So I spent my time doing other things. I would like to go on a cruise with someone that actually wants to hang out with me. That would be nice. That was my only vacation until I met Rob, and the Discord sent me to meet Rob, and he said he was going to woo me, and I actually did vacation thingies, and that was fun. So I've been to 2 vacations in my life. That makes sense. That 2 weeks makes sense. That I wouldn't mind. But I don't think I could handle a plane that long. I'm claustrophobic, so after a while it starts to. So I'm not afraid of flying. I really love being in a plane. And I don't, it's weird. I get motion sick on boats. I don't in a plane. We went through really heavy turbulence and everything, and that didn't bother me. I don't know why it's boats, but and cars. If I'm in the back seat and the driver is one of those that takes the corners really fast, I get sick. Yeah, see, that would freak me out, Cal. That would freak me out. That would not work. I would go to berserk. You're talking to someone who has to be put on Xanax, I think it's called, just to go in an MRI. I get the claustrophobia gets to me. I'm glad they put me on the Xanax 'cause I do not remember the last MRI at all. There is footage of me talking loopy as high as a kite on the medicine they gave me, telling people why it's important to do that if you're claustrophobic. That's one of my most watched TikToks, actually. Because I figured show people what it's like to, if you're scared of it like I am, and what it's like to use the medicine they give you and how it is with the MRI. So there is 2 TikToks, me going in and me coming back out and talking about it. And I don't remember those because I was high as a kite. And then there's the little known footage one where we were in the car and the drivers at the time, Rob couldn't drive, asked, so how do you feel about American men? And we're not going to go into what I said, but it was not good. I ended it with, what you got to do to get a good man is just not get one from the United States. Do what I did. I do not believe that. There's a lot of good American men. That was just high Dusty. Xanax didn't hold me long. It held me long enough to get in the MRI, be in there for an hour and get out. And then it wore off really quickly after that. I think Xanax is what it was called. It was just enough to make me, sleepy, fall asleep so they could do what they had to do. Because MRIs it's too much of my claustrophobia. I don't mind CAT scans because I can, they don't close you like an MRI and they don't have the thud, thud, thud going. And So I'm told by
Yeah.
my doctor I was so high on that stuff that I told him that the machine was talking, and I told him exactly the conversation I had with the machine. So,
That was supposed to be a private conversation, Dusty.
but it worked. It enabled me to do that. So now I know if I have to ever, when I shouldn't say if, when, because it's always a when, I have to do my MRIs, I can do that medicine. I'm not sure if it's Xanax. It might be something else, but I'm terrible with names. But there's a TikTok where I explain what they gave me and what it was like. And every once in a while, the only reason why I know people are still watching is I'll get a new comment of, I tried it, it worked, thank you. So, oh, they didn't give me the low dose at all. I can tell you that right now because they were worried it wouldn't work. No, he warned me. He's giving me a high dose. I'm going to be loopy, but I should be able to get through it.
And you did.
And I did. They had me take it on the drive, so that way by the time I arrived, I was ready to go right in. And they had everyone on standby ready because I'm claustrophobic, so they were ready to make sure that I was high enough. And then I don't remember going in. But yep, that is
He
what you
barely
do.
remembers me.
Yep. So, things they do to make sure that Dusty doesn't freak out. So they can get the proper MRIs. Because every once in a while I have to have MRIs of my head, my hand. Checking things to make sure that I'm okay. And things aren't getting worse. So, part of my maintenance. You know how some people say women are high maintenance? I'm a high maintenance person, but it has nothing to do with makeup or nails. It has to do with MRIs, blood work, CAT scans.
And then you have me, the complete opposite.
Oh yeah, with your CPAP, I can't imagine. Yeah, that would bother me. I get that. My mom was using one of those until the day she died. Kept her alive.
Is it
You
supposed to rain?
you want a dark but funny story about a CPAP machine?
Yes.
My ex had one. And he would use it. And it was loud and obnoxious at first to the cats. So a little orange kitten, I think you might be familiar with this kitten as an adult now, learned how to shut it off. So he would, in the middle of the night, just shut off the CPAP, and my ex would wake up because it was shut off, starting to go, "Are you trying to kill me? Are you trying to kill me?" But yeah, Cinder constantly would shut it off. It was funny. He was convinced that Cinder was trying to kill him. And well, to be fair, he didn't. The ex didn't like Cinder. Cinder didn't like the ex. I mean, the ex threw him a couple times. So Cinder would get on top of the doorways and hang out up there and wait for the ex to walk by, and then jump down with all his claws and sink his claws into my ex's head. He would attack. So yeah, it's a different kind of high maintenance. A real man's biggest desire is to be able to take care of his woman's health and would be willing to pay any price to make her the healthiest he can, which is what Rob does. But yeah, Cinder tried to kill my ex a number of times. But he's a good boy. Well, the first couple times, my ex accused me, and I'm like, I'm not even on that side of the bed. How is it me doing it? And then I finally, caught Cinder doing it. And I started laughing too hard, which woke up the ex. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, look where Cinder is. You're not much of a cat guy, but she's a loon. You would like my cats, because my cats are dogs. I raise them like dogs. They act like dogs, and they're smart. I had a cat McTavish that would turn on the TV and flip it to YouTube to watch his cat videos without any help. He just would time to watch videos. Found that out in the middle of the night because all of a sudden the TV came on and it woke me up. And I came out here because, he was still, this was when we had first moved. And, he'd be watching TV, happy as a clam. And I'm like, you figured out how to use the remote, you snot. McTavish was a very smart Norwegian forest cat mix. Very, very smart. He would hear the Shay start to fuss as a baby, and he'd wake me up, and then he'd go in and he'd stand on the side of the crib and just put his paw in and just gently pet Shay's cheek to calm him down until I could get there. I have no idea what my Celtic spirit animals are. I'm not a Celt, so I've never looked into that. But yeah, no, McTavish would do that. And then when I would put Shay down for, Iron would be down for belly time. And they're just starting to learn to crawl. The cat would go down next to him and encourage and crawl with. And it was just, McTavish was such a nanny cat. He was just amazing. And it worked really well because most of the time my ex was not in town. He was off. We found out later having affairs, but I didn't know at the time. So he was gone. So 1 weekend a month he would come home pretty much to hang out with us. So the rest of the time it was me working, 8 hours, driving an hour to work, driving an hour back with the baby in the car, and then take care of everything around the house. So McTavish would always, curl up in the crib with him when I was like cleaning and stuff. He was such a dandy cat. He was so good. And then when Lemons was born, switched to doing that for Lemons. So, such it was without that cat, I think I would have been twice as frazzled. Very good cat. I miss him. He
You
lived to
being
be
frazzled? Couldn't imagine.
yeah, it was hard being a single mom that was married. It was difficult, but I did it. I even managed to, have playpens and stuff so I could continue to run Midland with the kids. So the kids were with, in a Jeep playpen that my sister managed to find, my older sister, so I can continue to do what I was doing on the side. So they were at every event in their little Jeep playpen that had a changing station, and then when they got bigger, I had other things with them to make sure that they were comfortable and happy. So even when I was doing live steel, they were with me. It's just a lot of people are like, you have a kid, you give up your life. I had a kid and included them in my life. And I think that's why they're happy to stay with me. Because you don't have to give up the fun things you do. You include them in it.
Mhm.
Cal knows. He's met them. They went to every Daggy here event that wasn't the week-long one. They went to every LARP I belonged to. Heck, they won awards at KR, and I didn't. So, for their role playing. And it's nice because that means when I look at these pictures that I do have after we ran away of different things we did, I can look at it and go, I remember that. And the kids were there too. So, but I'm a different kind of parent. I know I am.
Yeah, you're a cool mom.
Well, only to other people, not to them. I remember the first time Lavish called me a cool mom, and we're on video call because we're playing, I think it was Snow Simulator with him and Fun Guy and stuff. And Lavish like, you have the coolest mom ever. My mom doesn't do any of this stuff. And Fun Guy's going, yeah. And we can talk and she listens and we get great advice and Iron's going, "Ugh, it's embarrassing, guys. My mom's everywhere I go." But they were the ones inviting me.
Yeah. Fun though.
I don't remember that at all, Cal. That doesn't sound like me. But But maybe I did. I don't know because I I did not enjoy being pregnant the second time. The first time was fine. The second time, the pregnancy. This is how it worked. The first time, the pregnancy wasn't bad. Giving birth almost killed me. The second time, the pregnancy almost killed me. Giving birth was okay. But yeah, so I don't know. The second time, I really did not enjoy being pregnant. I almost died so many times. But Lemons was worth it. It was funny because when Lemons finally heard her birth story, she went, "I would not have done that, Mom. I wouldn't have existed if I had been you." Because I was given the option early on to terminate and never. Because after what happened with Iron, I was told never to have another kid, and I had no intention of having another kid. But I'm not going to go into anything more than that. But yeah. I am glad that I have Lemons. They're a joy, but they almost killed me. And a third pregnancy would have, so I snuck and got myself fixed, so to speak, so I wouldn't have another one. Because someone wanted 4 kids and didn't care if I died. So I made sure that didn't happen.
That's very fair.
And I got a procedure that doesn't exist because it killed so many women. So that when you go, how you go if you're a female, you go to the doctor, and the first thing they ask is, have you had your tubes tied, or have you had this or that for the different things? I have to go, can I handwrite in what I had done? Because my thing's not there because it was so dangerous. It was only around for a very short time and then disappeared. So I had Escher done. But I didn't know at the time it was going to be dangerous because nobody did. But women died. I am lucky that I did not. The procedure was flawless on me. But yeah, I got fixed a different way that you can't have done because it is plumb dangerous. On farmland, you think
To
like we
test
can't.
out all of the dangerous things.
Yep. Remember how he held a tournament for one of the best swords you ever made? One of the rooms in it? I have no idea, Cal, but it's okay. I've forgotten so much. I have to have pictures for a lot of memories, or I have to be talking about something and it triggers it. I'm sorry, I don't remember the event you're talking about. I will say most of Lemon's pregnancy memories are completely blocked out because again, I almost died not once, not twice, multiple times. I do remember Irons because Irons was a very easy. Yeah, I'm a pregnancy where I'm like the first kid. Everyone says it's hard. I'm like, this is so easy. I don't know why everyone's complaining about it. And then the birth came and I almost died. Thankfully, they were able to save me and Iron because I'm still here.
Are
But
you?
yeah,
I don't know.
pretty certain.
No, maybe we are just a bunch of voices.
I have lost track of how many times that I shouldn't be here anymore. But I keep coming. Yep, exactly, Cal. I keep existing. That's why I used to belong to a group called the Old Guard. They were all a bunch of veterans that had been through many, many wars. And we would get together on Sundays in Pennsylvania, actually. Because I'd be down there visiting training and stuff. And we would sit on the porch and share one little sip of some of the best scotch I ever had. I forgot how many years old it was. It was very old. And we would just talk about our war stories. And it was funny because the first time I sat down and did that, my partner at the time got upset because he was told he can't be there. And they're like, well, you let her there. She's not a veteran. And one of them turned and goes, there's many types of wars. Yes, we fought for the country. We're talking about real wars, but the wars that one went through and the stories that one needs to talk about, because it was like a therapy round table that we would do on our own, that we came up on our own. They're like, what she's been through counts. So I would sit down with the Old Guard and they would talk about, like one of them parachuting out of perfectly good planes. He hated it, but he was airborne ranger. That's what they did.
Sorry, that was an overreaction.
So, and he would talk about his story, another would talk about Vietnam, another one would sit down and talk. There was five of us who would sit around this table, and we'd always pour one out for Forrest, who died way too soon. So, but it was wonderful. I miss doing that. Frank was one of the old guard. If Frank's in the server, if you ever talk to Frank Prime about his service, he did an incredible service to this country and as a sheriff later. So, but yeah, I miss doing that because we'd sit around and talk, and that was the first place where I realized it was okay to talk about my traumas because they understood, and talk about the disabilities like the brain damage stuff. Because I used to hide it because I felt I had to because I wasn't like everybody else. And they're the ones who taught me I can talk about it. It's okay, and through talking about it, I can help others. So I miss the old guard. We all talk on Facebook still. Got a picture of them up there. You can't see it though. It's on my friend wall. And you guys all know about my friend wall. Haven't had anyone
Yeah.
say, "Hey, print this out and put me on my friend wall" in a while. I got space.
We have all the space.
Yeah, that's exactly what Tinny told me. After Tinny and I had a long talk after one of the LARP days, and he goes, "You need to come sit down with the old guard." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "You hide too much, just like you've been to war." And that's what got me to sit down and listen to them talk, and then I talked, and I didn't realize. Yeah, not because we're intentionally trying to hide, because we have other things more important than ourselves. Exactly. And Tinny said I was close to breaking at that point when he met me. So we had a talk. And it's thanks to Tinny I'm still alive, actually. On the day I had to run away, um, I'm not going to go into what happened that night, but I reached out to him because he was an EMT and I knew he was one of the few people awake. And I said, "This is what just happened. I don't know what to do." And he got me the women's abuse hotline, which I didn't know existed, and got me in touch with them. And they got me in touch with a women's shelter, and they told me how to get out safely, how to get away. And thanks to Tinny, the old guard, being there for me, and then the women's abuse helpline, I'm still alive. So, and I was able to get my kids and my cats out. So, that was a hell of a night. That was a hell of a night, but I'm here. All thanks to, the old guard always saying, no matter what time of day, if you need, reach out to one of us. And I knew he was awake because, EMT doing night shift, always awake. Yeah, he went from serving in wars and going through all that trauma to becoming an EMT and doing night shift because nobody else wants to. That You want a brave, wonderful person? That's Tinny. But yeah, I'm lucky. I've met so many good people in my life that have been able to help and guide. And because of them, I'm hoping I guide anyone else that needs it, which is why I got my found family. They're full of people that needed me. They get better, or they get to the place of life where they want to be. They move on, and then more people come. Yes, I miss the people that disappear out of my life, but if they disappear out of my life, I know they're in a good place. And that I did what I needed to do. Because I firmly believe that's why I had cancer, to wake me up and realize that what I was doing with Dagger here could be done with more people. And I needed to keep going because I'm here to bring smiles, to give a family, to give support. That's my belief anyway. I know my life purpose. It doesn't pay a damn thing, but I know what it is. And that's enough philosophical thinking for today, I think. We should get back to happier topics.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So you don't do the job someone wants to do because he's done. If you're physically capable. Yeah, I know it's priceless, but I get my family all the time. What are you doing with your life? Look what your sisters have done. Look what your cousins have done. What are you doing with your life? You're not going to be able to retire. You're not making any money. But at the same time, I tell them I'm doing more than they are. It's just you don't see it. And I'm not going to explain it to you because you're not going to understand Discord and found families and what I do. Well, it doesn't pay anything, so you've got to do something more with your life. It's like, no, I am doing what I need to do. When I die, I want people to be able to look back and go, we loved her, with a smile. I don't need to be remembered with monuments or whatnot. Yep, poor weak soul that's broke. Yep. They do. Broken, wishing she had hard candy. Gotta remember to find. There's gotta be a good brand of sugar-free hard candy that tastes good.
Well, I added that to the list for us to look
Yeah,
into.
Yeah, then I gotta go shopping and find it. There are even spots like this. Wow, this bird is fascinating. It is so speckly. I love it. It's got spots and then it's got squares and it's got fluff and it's truly unique. It's why you find it hard to talk. Truth is, I don't have anyone I can talk to in my life. It's hard to communicate. When I do reach out, I get ignored. But sometimes I feel shut down. I go into voice mode. I say, yeah, I'm okay. But yeah, exactly, Echo. And that's why I have my Discord. You are never alone, Echo. When you need it, go into Serious Zone. There's always someone awake that will answer you, that will talk to you, because we got people from around the world. And if not, when I wake up, I'm always going to be I always answer. I read everything in my server, especially Serious Zone. So Echo, if you ever feel like no one will listen or you need to talk, go into Serious Zone. That's what it's there for. We're there for you. We're not therapists. We're family. So, please, 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 please. That's exactly why I made the Discord 9 years ago, well before I started streaming. That's why I stream now, because my Discord went, we need more people. We can help more people, find more people. So streaming brings in more people like you, Echo, where you find me. You find the found family. Now you just need to accept us and talk. Serious Zone's a completely safe place. No one will repeat what's in there. No one will talks about what's in there. What happens in Serious Zone stays in Serious Zone. And there are times where Serious Zone's not enough. Lawson knows this. Lawson wandered off, though. The other day, Lawson just went, I need to talk right now. And I told Rob, pull over, because we were on the way to doing something. Lawson needs us. And we talked to Lawson until Lawson felt better. And then we continued on. Because it's important. I know what it was like to have no one. I almost was not here because of my own actions. That's how I'm going to put that one. I don't want people to feel like I did. Cal says, I'll say this everyone here. I'm always there. I don't care the time of day. If you need an ear, don't be afraid to send me a message. I may not answer right away, but I'll answer. But yeah, Cal's a very good one. Cal's very much similar to me in that aspect. You need someone, I'm not available, Cal's right there. But that's my example though. It's not just me that listens. Did I make him? No, he's not too. That's okay. I think I bulged him out too far. Shit. Oh, he's got a very majestic chest now. It's too far out. It should be in.
I think it's perfect.
You think it's perfect? I think he's starting to look more silly. I didn't mean for the loon to be loony, but I think it's gonna be.
I mean, we all saw the video of them walking on land, right?
I had no idea. For some reason, their feet are in the wrong place. The poor things. Evolution did them a nasty when it came to that, but inside the water, it's perfect. But yeah, evolution. I hope you guys watched that video that Gloomy sent, because that was something.
Yeah.
I gotta move my water bottles in my way. I'll drink it while it goes by. I tuck it under my apron. I want to get this. He needs a lot more black under here. Okay. Paint's drying up a little bit, so we're going to add some water. There we go. Thank you. I do find it hard to bring myself to talk because I feel like, well, I don't want to weigh others down with pain. I only want to make others smile. Anyway, that's what I'll say. I'm a buzzkill. But no, you are not a buzzkill. I used to be like you. You sound like me back in my 20s when I didn't let anyone know. Actually, 30s, 40s, 50s. It wasn't until I would say I ran away where I actually found I needed to talk and got it out, even though I should have talked well before then. So yeah, no, that's why we stay quiet. It's not a downer. That's why serious zone's there. There's no such thing as a downer in the serious zone talking. It's there because everyone's going through pain. Everyone is suffering. Nobody wants to admit it, but we all are. And we can, by talking to each other, we can help each other. And sometimes we've been there, so we can say how we got out, how we fixed it. But the first thing you do when you start typing a serious zone is, I'm looking for advice or I'm not looking for advice. That way, because if you just want someone to listen, that's all we'll do. If you want people to give advice, they'll do too. And if you want to just talk and you don't want to hear somebody else's story of how they got through it, just say, I don't really want to discuss this. I just want to get this out. But it's there.
Off my chest.
Get it off my chest. Yeah, and it's definitely a good place to rant too, to blow off steam. I usually do it about my neighbors. Lately, it's not even those neighbors. That brawl. Yellow House and White House don't like each other, and they're fighting almost on a daily basis. The cops are almost here on a daily basis because the neighbors don't like each other. And I'm getting tired of the cops being here every day.
My street has been relatively quiet lately, except for Sunday morning, really. We have 2 abandoned houses on my block.
Okay.
And they both caught on fire.
Oh my God. So you got arsonist.
Well, we don't know what caused the fire. I know that there are squatters that go in and out of both of those houses.
It's either arsonist or they were trying to keep warm and they had a fire and they shouldn't have. That's what caused the abandoned house on our street to go up. There was a fire inside it because they were trying to stay warm. And houses aren't made to have fires inside them unless they have a fireplace.
Yeah, the damage, I guess it happened on the first floor, but then went all the way up to the second floor, and even the roof collapsed in.
Yeah, fires. That's the sad thing. When a house catches, especially the older ones, they go up fast, which is why you're told do not go back inside because it spreads in the walls first. You don't see it, and it happens in the blink of an eye. It's so fast. Which is why I was worried about Dad when he'd go fight fire. But he was well trained and he never got seriously injured. And he fought fires for a good 30 years, if not more. So, oh no, the cops are definitely tired. We are now on the rotation because it used to be you never see a cop on our street. Now every day, right around the time when the rumbling would start, they patrol. They gotten so used to there's going to be a call here anyway. Must be here. I feel so bad for them. They look so done every time they're here and listening to the arguments. You gotta lock them up, and it's never for any good reason. You have to lock them up. They're just screaming lock H. It's like, yeah, no.
Press on charges.
I don't understand why they're feuding. I don't want to know. I keep my head down. The only thing I do is when they start brawling too much and they get too close to the cars and it starts looking like they're going to hit the cars because they broke a window in somebody's car. That's when I call in the cops. As long as they're just arguing, I leave it be. But the minute it looks like they're going to start hurting the cars, yeah, I will call. Especially even if it's not my car out there. There's a spot where you just have to step in and stop it.
you two can go ahead and, deal with each other. But the moment that property gets involved, no thank you.
Yeah, when they start throwing bricks and stuff at each other, it's like, let's not do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
And I just don't understand why you would feud with a neighbor that strong, but that it happens. And I'm not going to
Well,
ask them because I don't talk to either one of them. Because I'm sorry, if you're brawling in the street every night, it's not someone I'm going to talk to.
fair. Ego, that's why. Hurt Kale.
That makes sense. Yeah, I stopped looking at chat because I'm this. I finally figured out what I needed to do to make him look better, and it's starting to look loony. At least I think so. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm comparing the reference photo.
I'm deviating some because I'm kind of making it more comical because I'm like, wait a minute, I can. After you showed me that video,
Yeah.
you showed me the video, so I'm like, I can. Yeah, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a thing. Maybe a little bit more blue there. Sorry,
Echo, you are the highlight of my day, just constantly seeing you in streams.
I just love the emotes she picks. I always feel loved.
Yes.
The emotes she picks just to because every 15 minutes if you're not active in chat, even just sending an emote, after after I think it's 30 minutes, Twitch takes out. You're no longer count as a viewer. You don't count. And people like Echo know that, and the emotes that she picks are just. I look forward to seeing them. Cal, we don't have to worry about. 'Cause Cal talks the whole time, so we don't have to worry about him doing, telling him to put emotes in. But Echo gets it. Another one that's good about that is Raven. Half the time she has no time to listen at all, but she'll be in the stream and just every 15 minutes plop an emote down. The dedication you guys have to keep me going as a streamer is amazing.
A sitting duck. Yeah. I never realized that a bird could be so clumsy on land until I watched the video.
Yeah, no, I don't. You would think like the dodo, they would have died out, but most of the time they're in the water, so that's probably how they survived because on land these things, predators could just munch them right up. So
Yeah.
I bet you if you research it, you're gonna find out they spend most of their time in the water. So that's why they evolved the way they do, so they don't have to worry about being eaten on land. Except for when they lay eggs. Can you imagine how vulnerable them and the babies are when they lay eggs? Poor things.
Let's see.
I think that's probably the reason why I like playing birds more than mammals. Mammals I studied all my life. Birds I have not. And the stuff you learn when you're researching what do these things look like, so you know what colors and what they do, and it's neat. I've learned so much I had no idea about by just painting them. And the colors, when you're looking at them close up, it's like this one here. He does have a slight iridescent sheen, just a teeny bit, not really big like a mallard or something, but it's there. So I'm trying, but only on his neck. So you want to say this the other
Here,
day when you were talking about a cat that, and it's gone. You blubbed it. When you talk about a cat that sits in my lap, that's how I choose. When I lived in Florida, I was having a picnic, an exotic bird refuge under a tree. Huge swan just literally comes up. Yep, I would. That you should have taken that home. Loons are rarely found on land, only come ashore during the spring, summer breeding season because their legs are positioned far back on their bodies to act as powerful propellers for diving. They're practically incapable of walking and will only pull themselves a few inches from the water's edge to mate and nest. I'm surprised they survived. I
Oh, don't
survived.
worry. I have
I know you.
another fact about their nesting.
Really? Okay. No, I'm kidding, Cal. I know you couldn't take the swan home, but it'd be fun. It's just funny. I've had so many wild animals in my lap and birds. Can you imagine if I took all those things? I would have been like a zoo. I get it from my mom. I remember the first time we went to the Burnock Park Zoo before, well, before it was the Rosemont Gifford, back when it was cramped and awful. They got a baby elephant, Siri. Siri, mom talked to Siri. It broke away from its handler after they walked away and came running through the crowd, and people are screaming, "Rampaging elephant!" because they didn't know better back then. This is, late 80s. And it went right up to mom and put a trunk on mom's shoulder, and it just talked to mom. And that's when mom fell in love with elephants that day. That became her favorite animal after that. Nests are built right on the water's edge, up on islands or floating bogs. The incubating adult can slide directly out the. Oh, okay, that makes sense. So, we had a cat in our car the other day. Was not intentional. Yellow House has got to take their cat back inside because that poor thing.
I'm just hoping that poor thing actually survives the heat.
Yeah. Well, right now the heat wave broke. I mean, today we're going to be lucky if we hit 60, so it'll be okay for now. We're back to being more seasonal temperatures. I don't know for how long, but for now. I'm hoping all the way to the weekend because it would be lovely to have a 70-degree weekend to sell at, but I haven't looked. I'm scared to look at the weather in Camden. With my luck, it's more bad weather, which keeps happening to every show. For once, I want a nice weather for a show, but I fear if I don't look until we get closer, I won't panic. But yeah, if I could, a gorgeous 72-degree weekend with no rain, partly cloudy would be fantastic because then people would come out and I could sell. Maybe get some prints of the newer birds because people want them. And so many people asked for the bluebird. They didn't want to spend for the original, but they wanted prints. And it's like, I don't have prints. I'm sorry. I didn't have the money. I had the initial investment, Just didn't have it.
You said that it's Friday and Saturday?
Yep. It's Friday night from 5 to 8, and it's Saturday, I think it's 10 to 5. It might be, or noon to 5? Noon to 5. Let me look. Noon to 5. Yeah, it's a 2-day festival. I've never been to this festival, so I don't know what it's like, but I'm told it's huge. Oh, when he worked security guard at Buffalo, I worked midnight shift, got off the morning, got to the car, found a baby seagull sitting in my driver's seat, left the windows open. Oh no. Should have moved to my side. Actually did, and you drove home with it. But if it was a baby, shouldn't you have tried to give it back to its mom? See what nest it fell out of? Why'd you keep it?
Why not?
Because babies need to go with moms.
So, I think you're gonna get your wish this weekend.
I'd hope so. I need one because this. Can you imagine what Pride would have been like if it hadn't rained and stormed? It was good, but it could have been amazing weather.
So, Friday?
Oh, it wasn't a baby. Baby was old enough to be released. Okay, that's fine. So
It's
Friday.
gonna be 71.
Yo, 71. I like
Partly
71.
cloudy.
Okay.
No rain as of right now.
Yeah, I know things could change.
Saturday, it's going to rain in the morning.
Well, that's okay because it starts at noon.
Right.
People might still come out.
Then it's going to be 69.
69's okay. I can bring a blanket if I get cold. I literally have I have 2 blankets I bring to shows depending on how cold it's going to be. That sounds like a Grogu weather. And yes, it's a blanket with Grogu on it.
But yeah, so you are going to have some nice weather for a show for
Uh,
once.
For once, none of them have been nice weather so far. Not a single one. Oh wait, does it say wind? Please tell me it's not windy, because then I can have my stickers out.
Um, so Friday, it is going to be a little windy
So no
from the
stickers
west.
again.
And Saturday,
Need to find a way to display my stickers where they don't get blown away in the wind. Because if I don't have them
yeah.
out, that's a lot of my sales gone. Because people need cheaper art. They can't always afford, everything else. $10 a print is too much for some people, but they can grab a sticker. But the stickers can't be out if it's windy, because then they blow away. I miss out on those sales. There's gotta be a way to
um,
display them better. Gotta be a way. Gotta figure
what
it out.
about a binder?
People don't flip them open though. People are lazy. They gotta see it.
Well, you can have them already open and like have them in like those like see-through things.
Well, yeah, but they don't flip through them. Because one of my friends has that, but she ended up putting stickers on a board and hoping people will point and say they want that one, and they don't do that either. They want to pick it up, and people are lazy. Um, took
I
number
don't
one
know.
yellow side. Cool. Oh wait, can you stop these snooze the ads when they? It, we're at 3 hours, aren't
Nope.
we? This
We're at
bird's on.
2 hours and 56 minutes. Yeah. And I don't have a snooze option.
I don't either. So we either keep going and finish this bird, or we raid right now.
How's your hand?
I can't feel it when I'm painting. I push it off. I'm bad. I've learned how to compartmentalize, I think is the word. So the pain isn't there until I stop and sit down. So I could be in agony right now and not know. So you can't ask me how the hand is. I don't know. Because this bird's getting so close to done. But I don't know if I should keep going. You say raid because you got an errand to run? That sounds fair. Okay, find somebody on yellow. I'll
Okay.
find somebody on
Um,
purple.
so we have a couple of options on purple. We have Paper Poppy, Kiss Catastrophe.
Any of those will work because I like them both. Thinking custom picture frame of sorts with a glass or plastic on the front like a door and a hinge. Gotta go look at a new car. Your backup car frame is rust is bad. It's not safe. Ooh. Hope you can afford the new car. And it's a nice, safe one.
And on the other side, we are going to Charlie 3 Dubs.
Oh, I like Charlie. He's fun. Perfect. All right, so set up the yellow. Which one am I typing in on purple? I don't remember.
Um, whichever.
Okay, whichever.
Or
Okay.
I can also set it up too, if
Oh,
you want.
Sunshine Arts is live. So is
We
Easygoing
haven't
Goth
gotten it.
TV doing art. Yes, there's a goth VTuber that does art. Have you met that one yet?
No, we have not. Let's do that one. Normally, I follow every art streamer that we raid
Okay.
to, so
So
that
that
way
means
I
I
know
haven't
who.
rated this one yet. It's one I found without you.
Yeah.
Okay, so / raid. Let me type it right. B. All right.
Have a good day, Kale. Make good choices.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna raid that one. We're easygoing Goth TV. On the other side, we're raiding Charlie. Hang out on either side if you want. If you want more of me tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is Toast Crew playing something, and then there's 2 streams Tuesday, 1 Wednesday, 2 Thursday. Lots more Dusty to come. In the meantime, look for your glimmers. They're out there. The days can be so bad, but the little things add up to make it better. So, anyway, yep, I'm ready to rate, I think. Are you ready to do? Yep,
Yep,
there we
kill
go.
us at 1%.
Good night. Have a good day, everybody. Raid that one.